Alrighty, and we are live. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a pre-stream Q&A like the last streams. 808CoasterLife will be coming in at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for when the stream really starts, but just for notification purposes, I'm going to be doing a pre-stream Q&A. This is what I'm going to be doing instead of the intros from now on, so I think I tested this out last week or the last two streams potentially. But any questions you have, let me know, and in about 13 minutes from now, we will start Coaster Time. I'll bring Jason. We'll go into the news, but this is pre-stream Q&A time. So anyone who has any questions they want to ask, you can do that now. You can also say hello in the chat. And that's going to be pretty much how this is going to roll. I have a new setup here as well. Moved rooms basically, which is actually really nice. The room where I'm recording in and doing streams in is now also my bedroom, so that makes things really nice for when basically I can just pretty much get up and get to my computer right away instead of going through a bunch of different rooms. So new setup here. This is going to be likely permanent, at least for a while. So yeah, that's going to be that. But any questions you have, let me know. And that'll be that. Anyone in the chat? I see there's few people on here, so say hello. And like I said, just doing pre-stream Q&A, and we'll see what happens. Also, is my audio good? Even though I have a new headset, my other one died, so I had to get a new one. The mic is not what I'm using, or at least theoretically shouldn't be, so I don't see anything in the chat. I'm going to look on my phone just to make sure that that's the case. But like I said, pre-stream Q&A, so ask any questions you want. And that'll pretty much be that up until we get into the actual stream. So I'm just going to make sure here that everything's good. And that should be that. Let's see. I heard there will be a Bells documentary this summer. Interesting. Okay, now they're coming in. Yeah, it looks like they was delayed by about a minute or something. That's so weird. But yeah, now they're coming in. I'm not aware of this documentary, but that's cool. I know it's got a history. So I'll be interested to maybe look into that if that's actually happening. I was not aware of that. But that's cool. Audio is good. Great. It should not be coming from this mic. If it is, that is not intended. Yeah. Badger State Coasters, welcome back. It's been a while since I've seen you. You're back from the abyss. Nice to have you back here. But once again, pre-stream Q&A. Ask any questions you want before we get started in the actual stream. And as I mentioned earlier, I got this new setup, new room. That should make things pretty nice. Although I think the audio, the walls might not be the best for it compared to the other room, but I'll figure that out. So yeah. Predictions for King's Dominion. I don't really see them getting a coaster for many years, to be completely honest. I know everyone's like wanting that volcano replacement. I think it's gonna be a while. I've heard some rumblings, not anything like too serious, that wing coaster leak thing is not what they're getting. They are changing plans, but they may not know exactly what they're getting right now. So, and I've heard different things about how the park has actually been doing with their additions. Apparently, their last few haven't been great for them in terms of bringing new guests in and making money. So, I've heard some pretty mixed things about its future, to be completely honest. So I would just expect to wait a pretty long while before we see their coaster. And I'm talking beyond 2023, beyond 2024, honestly. I honestly think that 2025 is probably the earliest we're going to see that new replacement coaster. And even then, that might be more recent than sooner than I expect. But yeah. Dagan Barnes, see you as well. Nice to see you back. Hello, Mr. Cola Roaster. Once again, pre-stream Q&A. Ask any questions you want. In about 9 minutes, I'll bring Jace in so we can get the episode started. And that will be how that goes. Favorite Italian restaurant? Ooh, That's a good question. I don't honestly eat that much Italian, so, and I don't even go to places like Olive Garden, like the chain places, to be completely honest. So honestly, I don't really have an answer for that one. It's not even necessarily that I don't like Italian food. I just don't. I don't know. I don't go to the restaurants as much. I guess I would say it's not one of my favorite cuisines. So that I wouldn't really have an answer for that. But I guess I did go to a place called Old Spaghetti Factory a few times with my cross country team. So I'm familiar with that place. It's kind of localish. I think it's in like California, I think. And I don't know how much outside of it it's around, like how big the chain is, but that's the closest thing to an answer I can get there. So that'll have to do for now. That'll have to do for now. I guess going into the stream a little bit, like for the schedule, I guess I'll just kind of mention it a little bit right now, just so I can mention it. There will be no quiz for the first time in Coaster Time history for this stream. I'm trying to do some different things, so a few more rounds of Guess the Coaster than usual, and I'm going to have a new game I'm going to try out that you'll see a little later on. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. Basically, the quiz is one of the things that takes the longest for me to create, and I'm trying to find ways to lessen the amount of time it takes to set up these streams, because it does take a good while. So that's going to be that. Thoughts on Matugani? I probably butchered that. You're writing it this summer. I like the name. I like the trains. This is the new Intimate Accelerator, or not new, the relocated Intimate Accelerator going to Lost Island, which used to be Kanonen at Leesburg. It looks it looks pretty fun. I don't think the coaster itself honestly looks all that amazing, especially for accelerator standards, but it looks fun enough, and I do like what they did with the trains. I'm sure it'll be nicely presented, and I kind of like the vibe they're going with it for that ride. So if nothing else, it should be fun. I just wouldn't have my expectations set too high, because I really don't think it's anything like insanely special, other than it's kind of crazy history just being closed for so long. But yeah, Guess the Coaster is fun. Yeah, I think that was one of the things that had to do with the quiz. And the other thing is that the quiz, for people to participate, it requires you to have multiple devices or a computer on hand. And I know not everyone necessarily has that when they're watching, so I figured it would probably be best if I figured out something where the entire chat could participate, more games like that. That's kind of what I'm going for with the more interactive stuff. So, and Guess the Coaster works that way. So that's why I like it, and hopefully that's why this other segment I'm going to try out today will work. I'll go more into it when we get there. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's going to be happening with the stream. Also, some other things you can look forward to today. We got a ton of news, so that's going to be exciting. A lot of stuff to go through. And we have predictions. We're going to have that segment. First ever time I'm doing it with a guest. Another coaster draft, so that's going to be pretty sick. YouTube shoutouts, as always. Coaster Hangman, which is actually the game we're going to be playing, so I'll just mention it right now. I'll explain it a little more when we get there, but it should be pretty self-explanatory. Got this idea from Theme Park Guy Productions, so huge thanks to him for giving me the idea. I saw it during one of his Instagram live streams. We'll be doing a countdown of our top 10 favorite coaster YouTube channels. So that should be pretty interesting for sure. And we'll be doing a few rounds of Guess the Coaster, Q&A, and then yeah. So that's pretty much the schedule for the stream. Can we do our own Guess the Coaster? I mean, I'm probably not gonna like stop you. But I guess the answer would be sure, but I'm not really gonna I don't think I'm necessarily going to participate in it myself that much, just because I have to run the stream otherwise. So that's pretty much that. And we're almost to the stream starting, 4 minutes. So I think I'll shorten these to like 10 minutes. I did it for 15 minutes today. So any questions you have, let me know. And I'll answer it right now. And then, like I said, we'll bring Jason in like 3 minutes, hopefully. So that should be good. Everything seems to look good, which is great. Hope you guys enjoy the new setup and have also enjoyed the interviews. I think I've released 2 of them since I last did a stream. So if you haven't checked those out, I've done a an interview with Skyline Attractions with Tyler Mullins, who's one of the design engineers from the company. He was talking about the Titan track, Piscetti Bowl Coaster, their work with GCI, their relationship with GCI, which is quite extensive, and a lot of other things. So that was pretty exciting. And I also got to talk to the CEO of Farup Summerland, which is the park in Denmark getting Phoenix next year. So very good timing that interview. I was ready to release it basically the day after the POVs came out. It was scheduled to be that way. I had no idea that was going to all work out, but happy it did. We talked about Phoenix, park history, the park's relationship with Vekoma, all that stuff. They are longer interviews, but if you only want to watch certain parts of them, I do have a timestamp in the description and in the comments, so you can basically just see what you can kind of just see what you want from those. Didn't he mention a project in the works in your question? The Skyline one. Yes, so there's a project he mentioned. He couldn't go too much into it, that he was very excited about, but we don't. And I didn't ask for it, and even if he said anything, I wouldn't have probably mentioned it on here. But I don't know really much about that project. I can only speculate on what it is, which I think I might have an idea, but I'm not gonna mention it right now. So it'll be interesting. And also, actually, it's almost February. The new Skyline newsletter for next month should be coming out, and I think they're gonna be talking about a new attraction that hasn't had any information yet, so that should be something to look forward to. I don't necessarily know that it's a coaster, but I do know that if they will talk about what I think they will, it's a pretty big project, so that should be that. Alrighty, it's 11:59, so let me just make sure everything's good. And we should be getting ready to roll as soon as Jace gets here. So, or at like 12, I guess. So, alrighty, Jace has just arrived. I'll just private you real quick if you're ready. So, and then we'll get started pretty much immediately. So, yeah. But a lot of exciting interviews and hopefully a few more on the way. There's a few more that I'm having discussions about timing wise. So, that should be pretty interesting. So, Jace, you ready? Let's see. Yes. Alrighty. So I'm going to bring him in. That's going to be the start of coaster time. So here we go. Welcome, everyone, to the 29th episode of Coaster Time, hosted by me, Carrick from Coaster Hour. And you guys at this point, you pretty much know how it works. I do a bunch of different segments, like news, trivia, Q&A, all that kind of stuff. And of course, today, I am with returning guest Jace from 808CoasterLife. Very happy to have you back here. And for those of you who haven't checked out his channel or haven't really gotten the chance to know you, if you can explain your channel, that would be great. Oh, you're muted. I think you're muted.
Okay, test.
There we go. You're good.
All right.
Yep.
So, hey everyone. My name is Jace, and I own and operate the YouTube channel 808CoasterLife. I post videos whenever possible, especially because of school. But I do like to do countdowns, analyses, reviews, all of the usual stuff. Trying to add my own flavor to it. And yeah, I also have an Instagram under the same name. And yeah, I believe that's it.
Yep. Make sure if you haven't, I have his links to both his YouTube and Instagram in the description, so you can check him out if you haven't already. Great channel, and he just made a new countdown, I think this last week, top 10 2021 coasters, so that was pretty nice. But with that being said, if you're good with it, we're going to move right into the news. And that's going to be pretty much that. So a lot of news for this week. I'm going to have to speed run through a few of them just because there literally is that much. But unfortunately, we're going to start on a bit of a sadder note. And that is that unfortunately, Hank Salemi, the park president of Six Flags Great America, has passed away recently. I had heard he had done really great things with the park. The park seemed to be really well run and taken care of under his sort of leadership. So it's very tragic to hear about this. My condolences go out to his family and all those who were friends and knew him. So it's just very tragic to hear about.
Yeah, this is very tragic. I hope his legacy is remembered well, and I hope that Six Flags Great America does well in the future.
Yes. Carry on what he sort of was leading, which was a great park and a great experience. So I 100% agree with that. And then we also have John Longhurst, the founder of Dreamworld Australia, one of the most major parks in that continent, in that country. He has passed away at the age of 89. I don't know too much about him, although I do know that he did create Dreamworld, which is a park that I know in recent years has been a little controversial, but still it's been a place where a lot of people have made a lot of memories. They've had a lot of incredible coasters and rides, including their new coaster Steel Type-In. So obviously that's also very tragic, and condolences to his family and loved ones.
I hope that the park's dream, or like his dream for the park, will be reached sometime soon.
Yeah, for sure. Another person who impacted the lives of a lot of people. So, like I said, very tragic, but that just is kind of how life is at sometimes. So that's pretty much that. So with that being said, we're going to be moving on to the ride openings. We have a few coasters in Dubai that actually recently opened. John Wick opened contract, the SNS 40 free spin. Looks like it has a nice queue and everything, so that's nice. And Now You See Me High Roller, which is a Mauer spinner with a non-inverting loop, I believe. So two pretty cool rides. What are your thoughts on these?
I'm glad Motion Gate Dubai is expanding. And now that you mentioned that the second one has a non-inverted loop, that's pretty cool, especially since it's a Mauer spinner, right?
Yep, Mauer spinner.
Oh boy. Yeah, that sounds very nice. Yeah, I'm glad that they're expanding.
Yeah, for sure. I commented on I think Mauer put out a post, and I commented, I hope we see more of these non-inverting loops. They liked it, so yay, I guess. But both rides look like really nice additions, and these parks in the United Arab Emirates are really expanding, so it's great to see. The next few openings we have is Flipped Fun Park, which is more of a family entertainment center in Germany. They're getting a spinning coaster next year by Reverchon. They opened. And Skyloop, supposedly, I will say that RCDB lists it as operating. I couldn't find too many articles that confirmed it, but I have heard from different places that it did open. If it didn't, I'll update on that. But Skyloop, which is said to be the world's first portable Premier Skyrocket 2, has opened at Riyadh Winter Wonderland in Saudi Arabia. So two other ride openings. Any thoughts on these? Or I guess you probably would know more about Skyloop than the other one.
It's pretty cool that Premier was able to make their Skyrocket 2 model portable.
Yeah, tallest and fastest, I believe, portable coaster ever. So that is quite the accomplishment. We have our ride reopenings. Kraken had an extensive repaint. It's now green. Have to wonder if this is for a surf coaster potentially. And Yoshi's Adventure has reopened following a fire that closed it for 2 months. So that's that. And also credit the picture credit. You can't see it, but Theme Park Hunting took the Kraken picture. So got to give him credit there. Great channel. Yeah, any thoughts on either of these?
I'm really digging the new color scheme on Kraken. I think it's very good.
Oh yeah, I love the new color scheme. And the old one was fine, but I think if the surf coaster comes to be, that'll be a much more fitting sort of coaster. So
I would
looking
agree with
forward to it. Yeah. Let's see. The next thing we have are ride closures. We have 2 rides at Europa Park. They are closing for good. Flight of Icarus, which was more like a balloon flat ride thing. Nothing too crazy, but a family ride. And Dreamtime Dome, which is kind of like a screen-based attraction of sorts. I think it was like some 4D screen-based attraction that closed. However, there were markers spotted nearby for their rumored new coaster. And then we got Shrek 4D, which has, of course, closed at Universal Studios Florida. Any thoughts on any of these ones here?
Were any of those rides significantly popular?
The Europa ones, no, and Shrek 4D, I honestly don't think they were. So it's not like the biggest of losses, but I guess they
Yeah.
are still losses.
Hopefully, better stuff will replace them.
Yeah, actually, should mention for Shrek 42, Minions replacement teasing was seen almost immediately after it was closed, which honestly doesn't make me excited, but oh well. Hopefully, Universal has good plans for it. And then we have temporary closures. Jungle Rafts and Space Shot. Jungle Rafts being a Jungle Cruise-like ride at Europa Park. It's a little different, actually quite a bit different, but that's like the closest thing I can take it to. It's going to be rethemed. And then Space Shot, which is a drop tower at a park called Hanayashiki in Japan. It is being heavily refurbished, so it is down. So those are 2 temporary closures. Not too much more to say. If you have anything you want to say, you can say it, and if not, we'll move on.
Yeah, I don't have much to say either, except for that hopefully those rides will get better.
Yeah, for sure. Next, we have our coming soon attractions. Genting Skyworlds, the very, I guess, ambitious theme park in Malaysia, is scheduled to open to everyone, like a public opening on February 1st. They already have soft openings. And Jumanji, the Adventure, a dark ride going to Gardaland, is scheduled to open on April 2nd. Any thoughts here?
I heard at that park. I heard about that park for a pretty long time, so I'm glad that they're finally wrapping it up and starting to open soon. And I really like the Jumanji movie, so this new Garland attraction sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, I liked the first one. The second one, it was all right. But it's cool to see some
definitely like the
rides
first
themed to it. Yeah, but it seems like a pretty solid, like a pretty good IP to have a ride to. So I'm happy it's being used. So I like that. The next, we have a bunch of SeaWorld rides. Iron Gwazi is going to be opening on March 11th. Poor Emperor here, that's smaller than the other 2, is March 12th. And Pantheon will be opening on March 25th. These are their public opening dates. I know that they're going to open a little earlier for pass holder previews and things of that sort, but yeah, pretty exciting to finally see these rides open.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're not just like leaving it open-ended and then eventually going, oh, we're going to open these next year.
Yeah, finally some like kind of finality to it, especially now that we've seen, we'll go into it a little bit later, but Icebreaker had its soft openings basically, or at least some people got to ride it. The next thing we also have is Studio Ghibli Park in Japan. This is a new theme park themed to the Studio Ghibli films. If I butchered that, I apologize, but I know they're a huge company. They have a lot of well-received films, and they're just very beloved. I have not seen any of their films for myself, but I know a lot of people really like their film, so it's cool to see their film sort of be brought to a park. And it is going to open on November 1st, quite a while from now, but we finally do have an opening date for it.
Oh, that's good.
And
Yeah, that park seems pretty nice. And I don't know if this counts as a Studio Ghibli movie. I don't I don't know if I'm gonna butcher it, but Howl's Moving Castle? I
I
believe that's one.
think,
Well, I
uh,
watched it nevertheless, and I thought it was very good.
yes, I believe that is. I'd like to say it is. I think it is because I've heard people talk about them. Yes, it is. It is a Studio Ghibli film. So,
Okay,
yep,
good.
that's one of them. There you go. But yeah, exciting park. I know for probably a lot of people. It might not necessarily be my thing, but it seems pretty exciting. The level of work that's going into this is pretty nuts. So it's cool to see it happen. The next thing we have is new concept art for a park called, oh boy, if I butcher this, I apologize. A shark, which is in a country called Oman, which is kind of in the, I believe it's in the Middle East. There's some concept art that has been released showing what appears to be a large-scale Intamin coaster, and it was confirmed to be an Intamin coaster because if you were kind of questioning it from the layout, it kind of looks kind of Premiere-like, or maybe Vekoma-like, maybe, if you were thinking that. They also revealed concept art for the trains that were very much Intamin, so if they do indeed get this coaster, it will be an Intamin, which is pretty exciting.
The ride layout looks short and sweet.
Yeah, it looks like another really fun ride from Intamin, and this park should be something to look forward to if you're in the region, so or nearby. So should be cool. And then we got some news from Wiener Prater, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. They are receiving, this is a rumor, they were teasing a Mock Rides coaster a few weeks back, and yesterday an article came out that was deleted, so that's why I'm saying it's a rumor, because it wasn't even officially from the park, but supposedly they are receiving a mock Big Dipper for 2023 that will feature 4 to 5 inversions and a backwards back row. But like I said, the article that had this information that wasn't official, but it was from like a theme park fans group in Europe, was deleted. So that's why I'm covering this as a rumor. This is not for sure, but pretty exciting if true.
Yeah, I'm glad to see another Big Dipper because we only have 2 right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing we're probably gonna get a few more. Not just this one, but maybe some other ones. So that should be something to look forward to. This model seems to be one that we're gonna be seeing more of. Speaking of Wiener Prater, they are getting Olympia looping for this year. Temporary edition, but pretty exciting. Obviously, potentially the best portable coaster in the entire world, if not the best, at least one of the best. So pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm glad that the that Olympia Looping is finding a new home for a temporary time.
Yep. More people get to experience this crazy ride. It's on my bucket list for sure. Next thing we have is this new roller coaster. We don't know much about it, but there's a new roller coaster coming to an upcoming water park out of all things called Island Water Park in Atlantic City, New Jersey, which is going to be indoors. Very ambitious looking project. The park's expected to open in 2023, and they said they will be getting a new coaster, but we know literally nothing else outside of that. So there you go.
Yeah, hopefully that that new roller coaster is gonna get some coaster enthusiasts there to the water park, I guess.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what they went with. I'm not setting my expectations too high, but it's always interesting to hear a water park get a coaster, so not something you see every day. Next, we have Dollywood. They will be announcing their major 2023 coaster project this summer. It's obviously heavily rumored, and we have the blueprints at this point, that it is going to be a launch coaster of some sort. Questions are just who's the manufacturer and what's the extent of the layout of this coaster. So should be interesting to finally get some answers there this summer.
Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I have some guesses to the manufacturer, but it looks pretty vague. So yeah, I'm prepared to be surprised this summer. Or yeah, this summer.
Yeah, I think the leading rumor, I know a lot of people have guessed Mach, but I think Intamin's the leading rumor at this point. So if I had to guess, that's the manufacturer I think is going to do this project. Next park we have is Energylandia. Yes, they are getting even more additions for 2022, including Wonder Wheel, which will be a very large Ferris wheel for the park. So they are getting that. And on top of that, they are also getting a water slide complex that will feature 16 water slides. That's how they worded it. That might be, I mean, I guess technically it does, but it is accounting like I think the multiple version, like the multiple lanes of one slide as 16, but still pretty crazy. So some more nice additions for Energylandia.
Mm-hmm. I mean, new additions for Energylandia doesn't seem very surprising, but yeah, these seem like pretty well-rounded additions that will definitely improve different aspects of the park.
Yep, nice to see that. Along with, of course, they are getting at least one new coaster this year. I believe two. I know they're getting the Vekoma Mine Train, and I think they're getting something else, and I just can't remember it off the top of my head, but Energylandia is having a big year this year, so that's cool. And then Codaland will receive a roller coaster that will be the first of its kind in America in fall of 2023. This was announced at an Ace Winterfest event in Texas, I believe. They mentioned it. We don't know much about it other than it will be the first of its kind. Speculation has run rampant, as you would expect. I will get to what I think the coaster it is we are getting will be in my prediction segment, but pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm glad that Codaland is making a name for itself, especially this year and next year.
Absolutely. And this is not Palindrome. Palindrome did not get delayed. I know some people are like, what if it got delayed and that's what they're actually doing? But this should be another new coaster, which is just crazy to think about. Could it be a Big Dipper? Maybe. Something to consider potentially. That's not necessarily what I think it is, but you never know. But yeah. Next, we have Efteling. They will receive a new themed area and indoor attraction in 2024 that will replace their Spook Slot attraction, which was basically like a haunted castle or haunted house attraction. I don't know how well received this ride was, but it's obviously that is a bit of a loss, but it'll be interesting to see what they replace it with because Efteling is such an incredible park based off what I've heard. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely gonna have high expectations for the new themed area because, of course, Efteling is very good with their theming. So yeah, seems pretty exciting.
For sure. The next thing we have is Alton Towers. They have released plans for an upcoming major Nemesis refurbishment. We still do not know when this is happening. It's not expected to be for 2022. The guess is like maybe 2023, 2024. But basically what's going to happen here is most of the track and supports are going to be removed. Some supports will also be sanded. But like I said, we don't know when the refurbishment will take place. It's kind of like what happened with Hulk. So think of it kind of like that. What are your thoughts here, Jace?
Yeah, I'm glad that Nemesis is getting a nice refurbishment because, of course, that ride is running pretty strong for a long time, of course. So yeah, hopefully they'll make it the ride last much longer.
Yeah, for sure. I'm hearing potentially that this could be something we may have to expect to see for some of these older B&M coasters because they've just been running for so long and with so many trains for the most part that parks may have to make decisions on whether they have to keep them or do something like this. So something to keep in mind potentially, but we'll see in the coming years. Next, we have two news things about King's Dominion. Tomb Billy at King's Dominion has been topped off. This is the SNS 40 free spin, so that is nice. And along with that, King's Dominion is also retheming Avalanche to Reptilian. That's going to be the new ride name, along with some nice looking reptile-like vehicles. So that's pretty exciting. What are your thoughts here?
I'm glad, or I like the new name. I think it definitely fits the theme of this new area better than what Avalanche is now. So yeah, I'm excited for these new additions.
Yeah, and I saw some pictures somewhere of like they're also redoing the queue, and it looks pretty extensive. Like King's Dominion is actually, it looks like really putting a lot of work into the retheme of this area, which is nice to see. I kind of wish they talked about this a little more at their announcement, but I guess it's nice that they saved some surprises because I just felt like the announcement could have used a little more stuff, and this could have helped out. But nice to see it, even if it wasn't originally announced. And speaking of rethemes, Lost Island has officially revealed Matsugani. Apologize if I butchered that. This is the intimate accelerator that used to operate as Kanonen at Leesburg, and it'll have a new snake theme with snake themed trains. So looks pretty nice. Exciting to see this finally return.
Yeah, I'm glad Kanonen is getting its new home very soon.
Yeah, really exciting for this park and this coaster. And we have another new addition, Jenkinson's Boardwalk in New Jersey. Not really anything too big. They're replacing their Zamperla powered coaster Tornado with Shark Escape, which will be for 2022. This is an SBF Vista double coaster, does not spin, but it does have a shark themed train, which I guess is kind of nice. But there you go.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty nice addition.
Yep. I'm a big fan of sharks, so anything that has a shark themed anything, I'll probably kind of like it a little bit. So that's all I can say for that, though. Next, we have a name reveal, another one. Flamingo Land has revealed that the name for their Intamin 10 inversion coaster will be inversion. Thoughts on this?
I mean, kind of basic, but I mean, I guess it fits.
Here's the thing. This name, I don't like it. I just don't. But I think there was a way they could have saved it. Now, I know people don't like names that incorporate numbers into their into the letters, but inversion with replacing the I and the O with a 10, like, was that not obvious? Like, come on, Flamingo Land. Get your stuff together. This could have been a really nice name for it. I mean, I don't know if it would have been a nice name, but at least it could have been kind of clever. Like, I'm just kind of disappointed they didn't go that route. It's like, I don't love the name. It at least makes sense. The coaster looks like a great addition for the park, but like, come on. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say there. But nice to see some progress as well on this ride because it's been delayed for quite a while. Next, we have Universal's Epic Universe. They have officially announced that they are set to open in the summer of 2025, a good while from now, but it's nice to have official confirmation of an opening date ever since they started kind of getting back to work on this park.
Yeah, I'm glad that this park is finally getting some good progress.
Yep, looks really exciting. And we have some more stuff for Universal. And that is that in an interview recently, Roland Mock from Mock Rides has confirmed that they are working on a coaster for Universal's Epic Universe that is in the tens of millions of dollars, likely the racing coaster, and that they are under contract to build 2 more coasters for Universal. It was not specified if these were for Epic Universe. I kind of doubt it. Or for Universal as a whole. That's what I think it is. But something pretty exciting for the park. For Universal as a whole. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm glad that Universal is working with Mock Rides because I think they're definitely improving themselves these past few years. So I hope that this partnership with Universal is going to show what Mock Rides is truly capable of, especially with theming.
For sure. I mean, Mock Rides is really on the rise. They've built some incredible rides. They are going to continue to build some amazing rides, as we're seeing with Hurricane Roller Coaster, and hopefully some Big Dippers in the future. But really exciting to see Universal work with them even more. Next, we have Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger. It has gone vertical, and that one actually also, they did announce an opening date at an ACE event. They claim it will open by June 11th. That is pretty ambitious, but if they get it to work, that would be awesome. But yeah, coaster has gone vertical. Any thoughts here?
Yeah, I'm glad that there's some good progress.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting project for Fiesta Texas. So just because it's going to be a themed coaster, so and it looks like it has a really nice layout for a dive coaster, which you would know I'm not the biggest fan of, most of you watching, but yeah, looks great. Gold Striker at Great America, California's Great America, is receiving a significant retracking. So that is nice to see. I think this is well needed and warranted, so I'm excited for it. Your thoughts?
I agree. Big fan of this move. This is much needed. And I think it's definitely going to elevate the ride once it's done.
For sure. I don't know if I'll get to California's Great America this year. I'm only 2.5 hours away, but I've only ever gone twice in my life. So we'll see. It's on the table for sure. But yeah. Next we have Track has arrived on site for Fuji Q Highlands 2022 coaster, and it certainly seems like, just based off the track and the supports, it really does seem like we are seeing that rumored Intamin motorbike, or at least some sort of Intamin family coaster, but I'm pretty sure it's a motorbike. But it's nice to see that there's some progress for this coaster that's supposed to open this year, and I don't know that it's really gone vertical at all, so they got to get going on that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it's a motorbike coaster, I mean, I guess it's kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it'll definitely balance out their lineup.
Yeah, I mean, they are in desperate need of more family coasters or family-oriented coasters, so this will definitely fit in. A bit surprising just with the price tag, how much it was, but if they theme this up well, it might make sense, so we'll see. Next, we have Roaring Timbers. It has begun testing. We also have a POV for it. This is the GCI coaster at Sun World. I think I have the name of it on here. Yeah, Sun World Han Tom Nature Park in Vietnam. So it looks the scenery looks amazing. What are your thoughts on this?
Great looking layout. I love how it interacts with the terrain, and it definitely looks like classic GCI, which is definitely not a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure. The first drop was kind of one of the things that stood out to me looking at the POV. It's like sometimes GCI has like these curve drops, but this one was like really funky looking compared to other ones I had seen. I don't know how to exactly to describe it, but that could be a highlight moment. And we talk about this coaster a little bit in my interview with Tyler Mullins from Skyline, so I'll plug that. But looks like a really exciting project for sure. Next, we have a leak for plans for a potential 1,000-acre resort in the Midwest US that will feature the world's first eco theme park. That has apparently been leaked. We don't know where in the Midwest US it's going to be. And it's a potential park, so it may not be happening. Eco theme park meaning that it'll be like more focused on greenery and being more environmentally friendly. We'll see if this park actually happens. It seems like quite an ambitious project. If it does, I can't show pictures because I'm not going to show pictures of something leaked. So it's just greenery because I think it represents it well. But what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, if this park actually ends up happening, I think it would be a great new sort of like standard for parks to try and achieve so that they can be more eco-friendly.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder what exactly they're going to do and what's going to make this park stand out, because it's also going to be in the atmosphere. From the pictures, it really seems like they're going to be focused on the plants. of their parks too, so that's really nice. The next thing we have is Six Flags. Now, I didn't know exactly how to cover this, so I thought this was the best way of explaining it, because we know there's been a lot of changes with their season passes, leadership changes, all of that. But basically, Six Flags is going to a premiumization strategy where they prioritize profiting from fewer but higher paying guests rather than trying to profit through higher attendance. This was reported on in a article from I believe like an investment company or firm. In an article, they had talked to the new CEO, and this is kind of what he said. This was their direction. There's probably going to be some good, some bad that's going to come out of this. I imagine at first there's going to be a lot of growing pains, and this is certainly a controversial move, but we'll see what comes out of this.
Yeah, I've never been to a Six Flags park, but it would be interesting to see how this new strategy works out for them eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some stuff going on outside. I think the cat's trying to get into the room. But that's all right. Next, we have Goliath at Six Flags New England. It is currently being taken down. However, it has not been confirmed to be for sure gone forever. It seems like they are taking this coaster apart in a way that maybe could get it rebuilt or relocated somewhere else, so the ride's future is unknown. Although I've heard different things. Some people think it is really going to be gone. Some people do think it's going to be relocated. But right now it's like pretty much truly unknown. But it is being taken down. It will not be operating at New England. That is what we know for sure. Thoughts on this?
Looks pretty uncertain, but hopefully whatever they do, it improves the ride.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets relocated somewhere else, get the nice trains for it, please. Like, come on, is it that hard? Just do that, and it'll be nice. You'll probably have to invest in other things too, but for a park willing to get this, I mean, it seems like a solid ride. I mean, look at Aftershock. That seemed to work well for Silverwood, so if this coaster is still in good enough condition, then it might be worth looking at. So should be interesting to see what happens. The next ride we have is Icebreaker. The first POV of it has been released, and it also just soft opened, I guess, or had its previews. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I've heard it's delivered amazing and really strong airtime, and it's blown a lot of people away, which is awesome to hear. Your thoughts on this?
I'm glad that Icebreaker is turning out the way it is, because it seems like a very good stepping stone coaster, especially for SeaWorld, who has mostly, they have the thrill coasters and they have the family coasters, but they don't really have anything in between yet until now, of course. So yeah, great addition to the park, and I'm glad it's doing as well as it is.
Yeah. The only thing is, I mean, I don't know. It is certainly an intermediate coaster because it doesn't look as intense positive G-wise as the other coasters, but I have heard it literally has the strongest airtime in the park. Not too surprising though, because it literally only has to compete with a B&M Hyper, so that seems pretty believable. That's certainly interesting, and this coaster looks like really good. So I'm excited to ride it, hopefully in the near-ish future. Not this year probably, but hopefully not too long from now. Speaking of first POVs, Hurricane Roller Coaster had its first POV get released. The POV quality wasn't great, not gonna lie, but at least we got to see it run really fast and look absolutely insane. So what are your thoughts here?
I agree that the POV kind of sucked, but I think the first half of the layout looks pretty insane, especially how fast it's going. Overall, looks like a great mock coaster.
Yeah, the Heartline roll looks just sick, and the entire ride, the pacing of the entire thing looks literally elite. It's like such a huge difference from even some of the other crazy coasters Mock Rides has made. This is like really something that's insane for them. So I hope to see more stuff like this, especially if this is reliable and works out for the park it's located at. So that's awesome. And then we have New red Vekoma track has arrived on site for an upcoming Phantom Wild Park in China. Basically, just another. This is expected to be for a Vekoma Top Gun. Not entirely confirmed, but if it is, just another one. Hopefully, we see some pop up in Europe and in the States. Hopefully, in the nearest future, because they seem to be doing really well in Asia. So that's the hope. Any extra things to add or move on?
Yeah, I hope that future too.
Yeah, for sure. Next, we have Tidal Surge at SeaWorld San Antonio. It has begun testing, so that's nice to see. I think I'm going to roll through this one, if that's all right with you. Or actually, no. All right. And then I'll go to Silverwood. They are giving both Tremors and Timber Terror a major retrack, utilizing RMC's new 208 retrack, which they've already retracked certain sections of, I think, at least one of these coasters, if not both. So that is certainly interesting. The RMC 208 retrack is, I believe, completely steel. It's very similar to the iBox, so will be interesting to see how it changes up these rides, for sure.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how these compare to RMC's other track technologies.
Yep. Also really seems like the topper track is truly dead. Not even now, it's being replaced for refurbishments, it seems like, as well, which is interesting, but I can see why. Next, we have Phoenix at Farup Summerland. It has begun testing, and it also had its POV. Even though it was running in the freezing cold and it was one of its first test runs, the ride still looked pretty nuts and ran pretty well, all things considered, given the conditions. So I fully believe this ride will live up to the hype once it's all warmed up and once people are riding it, because it was probably also an empty... Oh, wait, no, they actually, I think, did have dummies on it, but still, it looks fantastic. Thoughts here?
Great looking ride. I'm glad that Denmark is getting another amazing looking coaster. I noticed that like Vekoma's like looping coasters with lift hills do better than their launch coasters, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like looking at this, I'm like, I mean, I think part of it has to do with these are not trimmed. The launch coasters, they do have at least either trims or, in the Top Gun's case, a mid-course. So yeah, it's interesting. So I'm hoping to get I'm hoping more for a lift hill Vekoma than a launch one here in the US. So that'd be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have a new B&M. I guess it's not really new because it was from July of 2020, but it has surfaced, showing a new lap bar system along with a vertical dampening device. You'd have to look at the actual patent, and I have a link to it in the description if you want to look at it. But basically, it's capable of like kind of lessening the G-force spikes and vibrations riders may experience that are uncomfortable. But the seat kind of goes up and down. It's very hard to explain. I hope it's not like a maintenance nightmare or anything. But it's a interesting concept if you've had the chance to look at it. We'll see, and some people are theorizing this could be for the surf coaster, which would kind of make sense. Actually, it would really make sense, so we'll see what happens. Your thoughts? Have you seen this patent at all yet?
Yes, a little bit. It kind of looks like air suspension, but for roller coasters.
Yep.
I mean, B&M's reliable, so I'd say it'll be pretty reliable, but I don't know. Looks like a lot. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this system actually comes to be, because I think the patent, its time is like kind of coming up soon, and also what it's going to be used on specifically. So curious to see what happens there. And we're in our final stretch. Wodan Timber Coaster is receiving a retrack as well. In certain sections, I don't know how extensive it's going to be, but I saw part of the first drop was getting retracked. So should be nice for this coaster to get a little bit of an update. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's nice that this is getting a retrack. Hopefully makes the ride a little bit better.
Yep. And Europa, I mean, I would imagine they take great care of their coasters. So another sort of showcase of it. And our last thing before we get into channel announcements, 3 rumors about Six Flags Darien Lake via Screamscape. I'm just going to get the first one out of the way, the Rite of Steel removal rumor that has been basically debunked. If you didn't hear, there was a rumor that Rite of Steel would close for good and be removed after 2022 due to train issues and potentially some other factors. For one, Rite of Steel, they got a new train in 2016, so that'd be very weird that they would have train issues after only like 5 or 6 years. And secondly, some people went on social media asking Six Flags Darien Lake if this coaster was going to be removed. Social media team responded that basically it is here to stay for now and for the long term. So that's about as concrete as you can get there. Some people are like, it doesn't really confirm it because it's social media team, but I mean, that answer is like pretty concrete, I'd say. So I'll just ask, what were your thoughts on that specific rumor?
Yeah, that was kind of out of nowhere. I think this coaster is definitely too new to get removed that soon, especially because of like what kind of coaster it is. So yeah, I didn't really think that rumor would get very far.
Yeah, it seemed pretty whack. The two other ones, basically there's one about Predator potentially getting some retracking following damage that was caused by a fire. There has been no confirmed fire. I have no idea if this is legit or not. I've heard some pretty major skepticism of if this is legit or not, so I'm going to assume probably not. And then there was a rumor that this one seems the most potentially legitimate of them all, and that is that Mind Eraser will be closed for all of 2022 as the ride is in desperate need of new trains, as it has operated with a Franken train in more recent times. You could literally see this in vlogs and videos. It like had different colored trains, so it has been running with Franken train for a good bit, which is not a great sign. And we'll see what happens if it will actually have to close. Basically, rumor is that that it could be closed for all of 2022. We'll see if that's even legit. So any thoughts on those two?
Honestly, I don't think the supposed retrack for Predator would do much because it's more of the layout that makes it unpopular. But hopefully these new renovations will hopefully help the rides out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even certain. I don't think the Predator thing is legit, but we'll see what happens. If no part of this is real, that's kind of sad. I mean, for so much to be put into this, someone would have really had to take the time to make all this up. So, yeah. And then we have some channel announcements. These will be the last few things. I have released my interviews with Tyler Mullins from Skyline Attractions and the CEO of Farup Summerland, Niels Jorgen Jensen. As I said, from Farup Summerland. Both those interviews are out, so if you haven't checked them out, make sure to. They were released within the last few weeks. And I'm going to be launching a separate channel in March. Technically, it already exists, but we're just going to say... but like it's on there, so I have the link. But I am creating a channel called Football Hour. Basically, it's going to be a channel dedicated to NFL content, once a week thing, so it shouldn't have much of an impact on what I do with Coaster Hour, because the content, how I'm going to create the content should be relatively easy, all things considered. But if you want to check that out, I put the link in the chat and I have it in the description. So I wanted to mention that just because that's something I was looking into. Was partially inspired by actually Chris from Airtime Thrills, because he made his own channel with sports. So I was like, if he can do it, I can probably do it as well. So my content will be very different, but that was a partial inspiration there. So that is pretty much that, and we are going to be moving on to our first game. This is not going to be a quiz. There is no quiz for this stream, but we are going to be doing, actually, my bad, I almost skipped it. So first we're going to be doing Q&A, and then we're going to be doing Guess a Coaster. So that's the plan there. Ask away any questions you got. Man, that was a long news segment, so wow.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. Especially in the off-season, too.
Yeah. I was expecting, like, in January, I'm like, okay, things will cool off, and then it's like this episode, And it's like, okay, no, they're not.
Oh boy.
Which
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing, but it's just kind of, it makes my life a little more difficult with these. So, but hey, I like hearing the big stuff especially. So, you know, if Wiener Prater really is getting that mock Big Dipper, that would be sick. So, I'd love to see that. And then Kodoland too. Like I said, we'll get to at least what I think it is. That'll be one of the predictions I have. But yeah. So anyways, Q&A time. Any questions you have, let us know. Thank you, Kraken, for checking out the channel. It'll be covering like the whole league. I'm not going to be like biased toward one team, or I'll try my best like to be relatively unbiased. Yes, I'm a Falcons fan, but if anything, that's going to lead me to be more critical of them. So it's not like I'm going to make a ton of excuses for them, because I am pretty critical of them in real life. So yeah, but thank you for that. Let's see, Q&A questions. Anyone have anything? I know that there is a bit of a delay there, especially with the chats. Like earlier I saw it was like really bad. I don't know why it was. So hopefully that's not an issue. But like I said, any questions, and then we'll be going into Guess the Coaster. Also, I just saw that Tom Brady apparently just retired. I saw that before the stream. That is insane. Like, I did not expect that. Should have mentioned that in there, but wow, for anyone who watches football, that's huge. I mean, I'm not going to go into it too much because this is a coaster stream, but yeah, wild. Heard a rumored
football fan. Sorry, you go.
No, you're good. You're good. You go ahead.
I'm not the biggest football fan, but I do know of Tom Brady, and I'm surprised that he's retiring, I guess. And also, I hope that your football channel does well.
Yeah, I hope so. Should be fun. Like I said, shouldn't impact this channel much. Heard a rumor that Dollywood's next coaster could be a Vekoma motorbike. I have heard otherwise. I know it's something that's speculated a lot. I don't think Vekoma is going to be involved with this one, is what I've heard, but that's just rumblings. So I've mostly heard it's probably going to be an Intamin, and if it's not, it's probably a mock. So we'll see what happens. Yes, Tom Brady is the Bucks quarterback, right? He was anyways before he retired today. So I don't know if he's given his official speech yet, but it's already been widely reported. So it's happening. Crazy. But any other questions you have? If not, we'll go into Guess the Coaster, and there'll be other opportunities for Q&A, so it's not the end of the world. You can ask your questions if we didn't get to them, or you didn't have them out yet in those other segments. But I think we're gonna move on to Guess the Coaster, if that's fine with you. So yeah, Guess the Coaster. Basically, and I guess I'll start it, and then Jace, like, I don't remember if this is what we did last time, but don't say your guesses on here. You can put it in the chat. If you get it, I won't mention it before someone else does, if that makes sense. So
okay.
Yeah, and also put your questions in chat. That just makes my life easier. And then, so I have my first coaster, got it pretty quick, pretty excited for the one it is. So already, you can start asking away your questions. Your questions serve as clues. If you haven't played before, some of the other people in the chat will help out. Did you just take a picture? Oh, you don't have to mute. You don't have to mute. You don't have to like mute. You can still, yeah. You don't need to mute if you want. Yeah, no, you don't need to do that. Okay, Christian, first question.
Waiting.
Is it in America? Well, it's not in the US, but it is in North America, so that is already a huge hint. So it is in North America. Does it have inversions? Nope. It is not in Canada. So we're really cutting down. Mexico? Yes. I see both of that. So now it's just like it's going to be an absolute race to get at this point. It is at Six Flags Mexico. It is not Medusa Steel Coaster. Good guess. It does not have inversions, so it could not be Medusa Steel Coaster. It is not at La Feria. And it's not X-Flight. Okay, so Christian got it first, at least for me, although a lot of people got it at the same time. It is indeed Superman El Ultimo Escape. You got it as well, Jace, along with Mr. Color Roaster, Coaster Capital, and Quacken. All got it like pretty quick, close to each other. So congrats on that. And Jace, I guess it's your turn to do the coaster.
Okay, I got mine. So you can ask away with your guests. I'll view it on my phone since that's the YouTube chat.
Yeah, that's probably wisest. Yep.
Okay, go ahead with your guesses. Good luck.
I'm gonna let the chat handle this.
It is not in Europe. So far, we got a non-European coaster. It is not in Hawaii. Sorry. I mean, I guess if it's in Hawaii, there isn't many options. Yes, it is a steel coaster, and it is not in Asia or Australia. Yes, it is in America. So far, we got a steel American coaster. That's unfortunately not in Hawaii.
Man, American steel coaster really narrows it down, huh?
Definitely.
Alrighty then.
Inversions. Yes, it does have inversions, and it is in the U.S. It is not a B&M. And is not Hurricane at Fun Spot.
That'd be funny if it was.
Yeah, that would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
It is on the East Coast, and it is not an Intamin. So far we got an East Coast steel coaster. That is not a B&M or an Intamin.
Ooh, I might have if it's this hint, I have an idea. I think I do.
It is an Arrow.
Oh. I think I know what it is. But
it is not a Vekoma or a Zero.
I'll wait a little bit for the chat. I think I know what it is.
Okay. You guys have your chance. It is not Anaconda. Good guess, though. Coaster
That's
Capital got it right. It is a Loch Ness Monster at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
That's what I thought it was.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Nice. I knew it was that. I was just like, oh, of course, it's going to be that one. It just has to be. I didn't think of an Anaconda. It could have been. It really could have been, right?
That was a good guess.
That was a great guess, whoever got that. And hey, Carolina Cyclone, too. I was just thinking of like the only good one. So that might be a little harsh, but to be fair, Anaconda isn't, and Carolina Cyclone aren't exactly loved. So, alrighty. I have my coaster, so start asking away. We're between the two of us, we're doing like 3 rounds, so 6 in total. So this will be number 3 for this first round of Guess the Coaster. So I have my coaster, start asking away. And this one will be a little more difficult. I'm just giving a fair warning, because the first 2 were pretty dang easy, all things considered. So, yeah. It is a steel coaster, but it is not in North America, nor is it in Asia, but it is in Europe. So steel coaster in Europe. It is not wooden, so European steel coaster. And it is in mainland Europe, but it is not a Mauer. Let's see. It is not in Germany. It's not Goliath. It's not Blue Fire. It is... it does have inversions, so yes. It is not in the Netherlands. It is still operating, so it currently exists. So far we have European coaster, right? European steel coaster that's operating.
Yes.
It's not Ice Speed. It's not Belgium. It's not France. But it is in Spain. So... European steel coaster in Spain. I guess that defeats itself. European coaster in Spain defeats itself. But Spain steel coaster. That's still operating. That does have inversions, I think.
I'll give myself a disadvantage and do it from my phone.
Alrighty. It is not a Mach. It was not built in the last 10 years. It is not an Intamin. But it is at Parque Warner Madrid, so yes. Not Dragon Con, not Furious Baco, not Superman, not Parque de Atracciones. Probably butchered that. Maybe not. It's not Furious Baco, it's not Abismo, it's not Superman. It's not the Batman clone. Christian got it again, along with Mr. Cold Roaster's Stuntfall is the correct answer. Civilian Satellite got it too. Stuntfall, it is, which is the giant inverted boomerang. So, there you go. I've heard it's actually a good ride, so, yeah.
Okay, let me get my coaster.
Yeah, I'm like trying to stay way ahead. So, I think I got this one at one point, so I'm gonna try to get another one.
Ooh, okay. I got mine.
All
right. You guys may start putting your guesses for round 4.
All right, I gotta do my absolutely random out of nowhere guess now. What am I gonna guess? I got it.
It is a steel coaster, by the way. If that helps at all. And yes, it is operating. It is not Big Apple Coaster. I'm sorry, Carrick.
Darn.
That was a good try. It is not in Asia or in Africa. Nor in Africa. But it is in North America.
Ooh.
Good guess, but it is not Formula Rosa. Actually, I feel like if I say good guess, that would like lead you guys on the wrong trail.
Well, it can't be that good if it was Formula Rosa.
Okay, West Coast. It is not on the West Coast. Let's see. Does it operate with more than one train? I believe so. Probably yes. It should, considering the coaster that it actually is. So yes, it is in the U.S. It does not have a launch. It is not Ride of Steel or Zombie Ride. It is not in Midwest, and it is not an Intamin. So I guess yes, it is on the East Coast. So far we got a steel East Coast coaster. Is that a Six Flags park? No. And it is not Great Nor'easter either. It is not Hagrid's either. It is would this count as a chain park?
If it has multiple parks within the chain, then yeah.
It's like, I don't know if it's in the chain, but like if there's multiple parks with like the same name, then I guess it is in a chain. So I guess yes, for that question. It is not Hulk or the Intimidators, and it's not Fury. It is not a Gerstlauer, and it doesn't have a launch. So it definitely is a lift. It's not Velocicoaster or TMNT Shellraiser. Let's see. It is not at Fun Spot, or it's not at a Fun Spot park. And it is not Phantom's Revenge. Wait, was there a question about inversions yet? It is not Steel Curtain or Timmy's Half Pipe Havoc.
I'll just put in inversions. I'm asking right now if it has inversions.
Well, yes, it does have inversions.
Okay.
It is not Twisted Timbers. Let's see. No one has guessed the park yet.
It's like at a chain-ish park. That's so interesting.
Chain-ish park. Yeah, I'm not sure if it actually counts as a chain park, but yeah, chain-ish. That is all I could say without giving too much away. It is not at Kennywood. Kennywood is in Palace Entertainment. Hershey, it is not at Hershey Park or Kennywood. It is not at Sandy's Blasting Bronco. And it is not in Pennsylvania. Let's see. It's not in Pennsylvania, and it is not Fahrenheit either or Storm Runner. Nick Universe. It is not at Nickelodeon Universe. If you thought that was, I guess that is also a kind of chain-ish.
That's a
but,
chain. That counts. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is not at a Nickelodeon Universe park. It is not Zoomerang, and it is not in New Jersey. Is it New York? Yes, it is in New York. Maybe that might give it away. I don't know. It is not Dragon at Legoland New York, nor is it Great Bear. Yes, it's in the north. It's in the northeast of USA. It is not in Connecticut. We established that it is in New York. It is. Oh gosh. Let me see. It is not Hydra, nor Tantrum, nor Ride of Steel, nor Turbulence, and it is not Boomerang at Great Escape or Viper, and it is not Steam and Demon. I think that Chainish.
That Chainish, I think, is throwing a ton of people off.
It is throwing people off. Just
okay,
ignore
hold
that.
up. Actually, I think hopefully.
It is at Luna Park.
Ooh, that actually might be a chain though. Technically, I think
Really?
I don't. Does
Because I know
Imperial
there's, like-
own multiple parks?
Well, I mean, there's the New York version. There's the Sydney version. So I don't know.
Oh,
if that would
those
count
are
as
not
a chain
chains.
park, but-
No, let me look.
According to the YouTube chat, Mr. Cola Roaster got it correct. First, it is Thunderbolt at Luna Park.
Nice.
Followed by Coaster Capital, the Quacken, Theme Park Horizons, and Diggin' Barns. So congratulations to all of you guys. Yeah, that Chainish Park thing kind of threw everyone off, I guess. Oh, wow.
Oh, well, technically they're not a park chain because they only own one park.
I see.
I mean,
It's like the
yeah.
SeaWorld and then SeaWorld Australia kind of thing.
Yeah. I thought maybe they owned other parks, not necessarily the Luna Park, but like I thought they owned other ones. I had to check. So I see how that could have been confusing. I should have, the Luna Park, man, I can't believe like we went through like almost all the other New York parks before we got there, so that was funny. All right, I have my coaster. So ask away your questions. Let's see. And this one will be easier than last few. Or at least theoretically it should be. We'll see if it is though. It is not in Asia. It is in North America. If it was Coast Rider, I'd die. I think we've had Coast Rider on the stream anyways. Or something.
Oh, yeah.
So
I think we did.
Mind Blower, no. It is a steel coaster. It is not on the West Coast. So far we have North America, steel coaster, and it's in the US, so yes. It's not Icebreaker, it's not in Intamin, it's not in Florida, it's not in California. It's not on the East Coast, but it's on the eastern side of the US. It's just not on the actual coast. It's not in Virginia. It's not. Is the word "the" in the title? Technically, yes. Yeah, you could say so. Yes. And it is operating. It does not have inversions. It's not in Tennessee. Wait, did I say it was a steel coaster? Oh shoot, I think I threw everyone off. It's a wooden coaster. I apologize. I think I did literally say it was a steel coaster. Sorry, it's a wooden coaster on the eastern side of the US. My bad. So I apologize for that. But it is operating, and it does have "the" in the name. It is at a chain park. It is not at Dollywood. It's not in Tennessee. It's not Tennessee Tornado. It's not the Beast. It's not Raging Bull.
What?
Um,
Everything was lining up.
It is not a GCI. Man, it's getting too much for me to keep up. It's not American Eagle. It's not Roar. It's not in Indiana. It's not Phoenix. It's not Legend. It's not Twister. It's not Raven. It's not the Beast. It's not Voyage. It's not Voyage. It's not Mystic Timbers. It's not Phoenix.
Which is also a good guess.
Yeah. It's not Twister. It's not Legend. I
We're all gonna be
maybe
2 for 1.
the part might be throwing some people off. I see a picture that has the sign with the over it, so it can't. But maybe you shouldn't think that way. But it is a wooden coaster, as I've said. It is not a CCI. It's not Excalibur. It's not Woodstock Express.
Well, there's also a sign that says Accelerator the Ride.
That's true, but I guess on our RCDB it doesn't list it as the blank, but I don't think they do it for Beast either, so I don't think so. So Jackrabbit, no, it's not Wolverine Wildcat, not Thunder Run, not Jackrabbit, not Timberwolf. It is in Ohio. It's not Boardwalk Bullet, it's not a Six Flags, it's not Timberwolf, it's not Indiana, it's not Prowler, it's not Gravity Group, it's not Viper. It is not in Indiana. It's not Boss. Let's see. It's not Blue Streak. Everyone spam Blue Streak right around the same time, which is funny. Sea Dragon, not Sea Dragon. It is not Sea Serpent. All right, Mr. Color Roaster got it. Jace, you got it first, but I didn't want to say anything. But yes, Jace, you got it first. It is Racer. Mr. Color Roaster got it second. But yes, it is indeed Racer. And I know you guys went through almost all the Ohio wooden coasters. Like we went like Sea Dragon, Woodstock Express. We even have Teddy Bear and Tornado in here now.
I was being GP for 1 round.
Yeah, but yeah, Racer. I actually saw a sign on RCB. It actually labels it as the Racer. I don't know if it's a current sign, but Racer. I was like, well, yeah. All right, so this next one will be the. Oh wait, let's see. What round was the? Oh, I think no. Your next one is the last round, I think, or the last one. So for this thing, so. This will be the last one for now, I believe. So, okay. Do you have your coaster?
And I do have yes, I have my coaster.
Already sick. Then, guess we'll ask away. Mean Streak.
Oh boy. The Mean Streak.
Imagine. Imagine. That would have been funny.
Da, 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 da.
That one would have taken forever too, I think, right? Because I think that one might have the in the name too, but it was defunct as well. Imagine, that would have taken so long.
Oh boy. Okay, it is not Twister 2. Good guess. Although I surprisingly like that ride. It is not themed to an IP, and it is not in North America.
Ooh.
Before or after 1990, it was built after 1990, and it is not a wooden coaster. It is in Asia. So far we got a steel Asian coaster built after 1990. Let's see. China. It is not in China.
Thank goodness. That would have really made things difficult.
Yes, it is in Japan.
Ooh,
so far we got a Japanese steel coaster built after 1990. It is not Thunder Dolphin, nor is it Dodonpa. And it is not Ajanika. It is not a... Wait. Sorry, my bad. Yes, it is a Togo. You did get it, but I'm gonna wait for someone. Oh, I guess that gives it away.
Yeah, it gives it away. Oh well. Who first to get it? I guess.
Yeah. So, Carrick, you got it first. It is Fujiyama at Fuji-Q Highland.
All right, Quacken and Dagan Barnes.
Yeah, Dagan Barnes, Mr. Color Roaster, and Quacken. Yeah, congratulations, you guys. I don't know how easy that was, but
I mean, it's like probably one of the first 10 coasters I think of when I think of Japan, or at least close. It's
an iconic coaster.
Yes, unlike Port Surf Coaster Leviathan, which might be the best Togo there, maybe. But yeah, that one doesn't get that much respect, which is kind of sad. But there you go. That's our first. There will be another round of Guess the Coaster later. So That's going to be that. But the next thing we're going to be doing is our prediction segment. So basically how this works is the two of us are going to give two predictions of what we think could happen in the future within the amusement or theme park industry. So Jace, if would you like me to go first, or would you like to go first?
Maybe you should go first.
Yeah, alrighty, I'll do that. So my first prediction, I hinted at it. I think that Kodoland will actually receive an SNS Access Coaster for their 2023 edition. Now, the first American coaster, yes, it could be many things. It could be Big Dipper. It could be Tilt Coaster, some people have suggested, although I've heard things that, like, technically that might actually exist already in the US. I won't give away what coaster that is because it's kind of a spoiler. But for that specific coaster, but there's it's just, I think, what else would it be if it's America's first, though? That wouldn't be like kind of really stretching it. I feel like it being an Axis would be just pretty simple, and it's a very unique ride, and it could be very compact for the park, which is what they need. And I don't think it's that far-fetched. Like, some people think it would be too expensive. If they get the shortest layout, it's only like 1,600 feet long. Like, I don't think it's that far-fetched that they could, like, go and buy it. It just might be a bit risky because it's a new technology, but that's why I think we're going to see an Axis for Kodoland. So, yeah. Jace, what's your first prediction?
So personally, I'm not good when it comes to predictions. But based on the news that we had today, I'm going to predict that Gold Striker is going to rise in popularity again. Because it's a little different, but basically, the Gold Striker's layout is really good. Like, for the longest time, I thought that Gold Striker had like one of the best wind coaster layouts. The only thing holding it back was its roughness. It was starting to get rough over the years. It opened, let's see, about
2013.
Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years ago. Wow. I didn't know it was that long. So, yeah, I think, I don't know how much of the ride is going to get a retrack, but
it's supposed to be pretty significant.
Pretty significant.
From what I've heard. Yeah.
So I'm guessing all of the rough patches, basically. So it's going to make the ride pretty smooth. So I think Gold Striker, because of that, Gold Striker is going to rise in popularity again because people now can look past the roughness and appreciate the layout for what it really is.
Yeah, I definitely think that it'll definitely be in that sort of discussion. Like, it will probably be a lot of people's favorite GCI because I know Mystic Timbers is right now the popular favorite, with Renegade kind of sneaking in there for those who have ridden it. But I think this will really, like, put Gold Striker right back in the conversation. So that should be interesting to see play out. And then my next prediction, sorry Cedar Point fans, I do not believe that Cedar Point will receive a new coaster for 2023. Basically what it comes down to is I do believe, and this is a prediction in itself, that the Knott's Giga will happen. And if it does happen, is Cedar Fair really going to build multiple coasters within the same year? They have never done that when they have built a B&M coaster. Now, yes, things could have gotten delayed, so it's certainly possible. I just don't see this happening. It doesn't really seem like they're teasing as much as they've done in recent years. And like what, they would have to build it in Wicked Twister's plot of land, which doesn't leave a ton of options. They even said that Tony Clark even said that what will be coming to replace it will be something for everyone. Some people thought they meant a family coaster. I don't even think it's going to be that. So I do not see them receiving a new coaster next year, which I think is something that more people are starting to think is going to actually happen. So yeah.
Yeah, if we saw a new coaster for 2023, there would definitely be construction and teasing by now.
You would think, right? So, yeah.
All right. Do I go ahead with my
second one?
Then? So I predict that Dollywood's new coaster is going to be a mock, or it's going to be made by Mock Rides. Because I think it's the more safe option. I know Intamin was talked about, but well, especially because Harshen has worked with mock rides before on Time Traveler, and Time Traveler was, I believe, a pretty big success. So I think that would be that would show that like mock is a good manufacturer to work with to build the stuff. I'd say the only downfall with that, or like the only con with that, is I guess it would be irrelevant for Dollywood to build a mock spinner or an extreme spinner, sorry. Because like Harshen is like the only chain that could like produce, I don't know. Time Traveler was the first extreme spinner, so, and that was a pretty big success, so I would assume Harshen would want to do something similar for Dollywood. I don't know. Besides mock, I have no idea what the next Dollywood coaster would be.
I just, the thing with this is I still think that Dollywood would eventually want to get a mock spinner, extreme spinner, and I think if they did this project, I mean, I can't say that it would completely kill the possibility because some parks don't necessarily mind having similar-ish rides, even though I don't really think they'd be all that similar.
Magic Mountain.
Yeah, and a few others, but I've just heard some stuff. Nothing like super official or concrete, but that it's gonna be an Intamin. Someone brought up Intamin's uptime. They have really improved in the last few years from what I've heard. I've heard Velocicoaster for the most part was doing pretty well. I know it probably had some downtime, but it's a brand new coaster. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But if and overseas, I think their coaster projects have been pretty reliable. So I don't necessarily think that's as much of an issue as you would think, and especially that they've had with their reputation. So we'll see what happens, but I'm still leaning toward the Intamin, but certainly it could be a mock. I would be excited either way, even though we'll see if this is really more of a family-ish style coaster or more like a thrilling coaster, even though they said it would be a family attraction, so should be interesting. Anything else you want to add on, or?
I believe that's it.
Alrighty. So with that being said, that was our prediction segment. This is the new segment. Let us know in the chat below if you liked it. Something I want to incorporate with guests. And now we're going to move on to YouTube shoutouts. Not too many channels here that are like close to milestones that I could at least find. But our first channel is one I don't watch super often. I actually watch them more for their non-coaster stuff. And that is In the Loop. They have reached 100,000 subs. But a channel that certainly has existed for a very long time. They have their own podcast and everything. So you got to respect what they mean to the community. And they also have done several IAPA interviews. So certainly a channel that's been around for a while. And it's great to see them reach such a large number. So nice to see that.
Pretty well deserving.
Yeah. Like I said, been around for a while, so it's nice to see. Next channel we have is Expedition Theme Park. They have reached 200,000 subscribers. Incredible production quality and just great videos in general. A channel that I really enjoy watching. Sam does an incredible job really creating the videos that he has made over the last few to several years. So incredible channel. And if you haven't somehow checked it out yet, you absolutely have to. He just made a video on Ring Racer, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad. Congratulations to Expedition Theme Park. That's a pretty big milestone.
Yeah, it's huge. Community. Absolutely. So well deserved. Theme Park Hunting is near 7,000 subs. Another channel that I think last year grew like a ton. Been a little slower, I think, as of late, but obviously a previous guest on the Coaster Time streams, has the On the Hunt podcast. Really like what he does, and also well-deserved milestone that he's almost there, 7,000 subs. If you haven't checked him out yet, make sure to.
Good podcast.
Yep. And our last channel we have is Park Pros, who is near 7,000 subs. Another channel that is very good. I like his news roundups that he's done. in the past. It's nice to see someone else like kind of cover the news, so and hear some thoughts on it. So I like that. But he has a lot of other great content and a great channel overall. So congratulations to almost getting to 7,000 subs.
His shorts are pretty good too.
Yep. I remember, yeah, like one of the not too many coaster channels utilize that, so it's cool to see someone who does. So really nice to see. And those are our YouTube shoutouts, which will lead us into our next sort of, well, those segments flew right by. So if you guys are ready for it, we're going to be trying a new game, Coaster Hangman, which I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. This will be names of roller coasters, but a Hangman type game. I got this idea from Theme Park Guy Productions from one of his streams. So we're going to be testing it out here in this stream. So that should be pretty interesting, but it is also a test. So we'll see how well it goes. Yeah, so that's going to be that. And if hopefully I can get it on here. So let's see. In a way that, so can everyone see this all right? So didn't really work too hard on the look of it for the front of it. Just put one of my pictures of Medusa on there and just, there you go. Everyone in chat, can you see it pretty well? Let me know in the chat. And then we're going to move right to our first coaster. If that is working, great for everyone. Probably should work, but let's see. Chat.
I can see it.
Yes. Okay, great. It's working. Good. All right. So with that being said, this is going to be the name of coasters. So we're going to go into round one. There's not going to be a hang person because that's too much work on my end. So basically, whoever gets it first, you try to guess letters or try to guess the name outright. So yeah, that's going to be how that works. And then we have our first coaster here. So let's see. Poster is top notch. Yes, so good. I worked so hard on it. Thank you so much. I just saw that in the chat. Alrighty. So is there an E? Yes, there is. So, oh yeah, you can also type it in. Yeah, Jace. So now my chat here won't scroll all the way down. That's unfortunate. There is an A. And then I'll write down the ones that there's not. So there's no S, no M, no C, no T, and no D. It's not Racer. Good guess. That is a great guess, but it is not. So let's see. No P. There is indeed an R though. So yeah, there you go. There is.
It's not Racer.
It is not Racer though. So there you go. And actually the interface isn't nearly as bad to work with as I thought. So okay, that's actually good. So still 2 letters to try to find. No B. Like I said, no hang person. There's not going to be a punishment for like not getting it in a certain... Okay, Mr. Color Roaster got it first along with Dagan Barnes. It is Raven at Holiday World. Which, sorry for all those who guessed Racer. Oof.
I saw the first person put Raven in the chat. I'm like, ooh, that's a really good guess.
Yep. So there you go. That's how that's going to go. And we have 9 more rounds. Should be pretty quick. These shouldn't take too long. So we have our second coaster right here. Get started now. So hopefully it should be pretty easy to switch. Okay, there we go. So similar to Raven. It is. It was kind of evil, to be honest. Ooh, there is an O. Actually, 2 of them. Wow, we made a face. We did it. Oh my god, Civilian Satellite got it. It is El Toro. Man, right out the gate. I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious when you see it, but wow. Good job to Civilian Satellite. Quickly followed by Dagan Barnes. Mr. Cola Roaster, and Imperial Coaster, and Hayden. So there you go. El Toro right off the bat. So there you go. We're going to do our third one. This one's certainly a lot longer. Not going to be as easy as the other ones. So with these longer ones, I pre-did these. I hope I should have gotten all the number of letters right. So hopefully. Is there an A? Yes, there is. And there is multiple E's. I'm going to have to look at it again. Actually, there's only 2. And I have to keep looking at it. Shoot, this is where I get behind the chat. All right. Is there a T? No. No T. There is multiple, no, just one S, so no Q. I mean, I guess if there was, that'd be a pretty good giveaway. There is multiple R's. Let me just look. Okay. Oh man, now it's coming together. Let's see. No P. No. There are 2 O's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. No D. There is.
You want me to guess it or just wait for someone else?
Wait. Well, you can, if you want to put it in chat, you probably know what it is.
Oh, someone already got it.
Okay. Yep. Hoosier Hurricane is the correct answer. So this is actually not as bad to do as I thought. I thought this might be kind of a disaster trying to keep up, but thus far it has not been. So, yes, Hoosier Hurricane is the correct answer. Now we're moving on to our next round, which is another coaster with a bit of a longer name. So, guess away. And then after this, you guys can tell me if you enjoy this. Because since I'm getting rid of quizzes, I feel like I should have a few different games just to kind of make up for it. So, yeah. Let's see. There is not a no D. Is there an S? Yes, there is. Let's see. A. Yep. I. Yep. E. Yep. And there are let's see. E, yes, we already got that. And then no, okay, there's no O. There is an L. There is no O, so Ash's Vault got it. It is Ultra Twister. Yep.
Yes.
That is correct. So there you go. Wow. And Mr. Coloroster was shortly behind. But yes, Ultra Twister is the correct answer. Alright, if you thought the other ones were long, this will be the worst one of the bunch, at least in terms of length. Here you go. So it was so long I had to switch around where the no words were. So yeah. Oh, did I miss a T on it? I might have. Oops. Okay, my bad. If I did that. Yeah. Let's see. Shoot. Okay, I don't even know where it started. I'm gonna assume it started at A. Alright, so A. Oh, shoot. Nope. Well, that wasn't F. That was not great. Let's see. O? Is there? Somehow there is not. There is not an O in this name. Somehow. I'm actually gonna put this here. That'll help out a little bit. Okay. So let's see.
Imagine if you did Gotham City Gauntlet, Escape from Arkham Asylum.
Oh, you know how evil that would be? That would be so mean. And then they're all right, so man, it's I guess now this is where the longer names is where it like kind of becomes harder for me. So gotta keep that in mind.
Ooh, I see a really good guess.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, Mr. Color Roaster got it. I could not keep up.
Dang.
Seven Dwarves Mine Train is the correct answer. So, actually, I'll just... Also, my typing is slow as heck, so that also does not help. So, but yes, it is Seven Dwarves Mine Train. Yep, there you go. So that is it. And then we'll move on to the sixth round, which you got a sneak peek at. So there you go. This one's a little nicer than the last one. So ask away. Is there an A? There is. Two of them. So... Yep, alright. Is there an I? Yep. Is there an E? Yes, there are multiple. So... I think that's all. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Is there an E? Already did that. Is there an O? Nope. Is there an L? Yep. I think that's the only one. No, there's another one. Okay. Is there a D? There is not. And then let's see what else. Is there an S? There isn't somehow. Is there a U? Yes, there is. That probably is a huge help, but yeah. No S, no W. Let's see. So, no W, no H, no N. Oh wait, yes, there is an N.
I think someone got
And yeah,
it.
okay, someone got it. Mr. Color Roaster got it. It is Jungle Trailblazer. Hungle Trailblazer, apparently. But yeah. Hopefully, the problem is I might miss them and that... oh my god, I missed another L. Or wait, did I? Yeah, that was my bad. So that's kind of like the only frustrating thing. If there was some way I could remove it, that'd be kind of sick, but I guess there I might have to look into better ways to do this. There's probably are, but yeah. So here's 7th round, another kind of long one. There probably is, I will look into it. I think there's ways I can do it that are like a kind like nicer for me. So let's see. R. Yep. The yard work is back.
Oh my gosh. Why does Mr. Coal Roaster have all of these good guesses?
Oh my god, he got it! How? Runaway mine train. Oh my god. Do I even bother? Okay, fine, I'll try. How? Oh my god, that was an incredible guess. Great job. That's all I can say. Hats off to you.
I just
all right.
used the letters that spelled roller coaster.
Wow. All right, so the next one should be easier in some ways. Wow, that is insane. That's true, though. I guess we did have a mine train earlier, so that I can see how you could apply that. S. No S. No D. No A. But there is a T. There is no E. There's no V. There is no C. It is not racer. There is no B either. I would like to buy an E. Nope. Alrighty. So let's see what else comes in. It's a bit of a okay. We finally got some. We're getting somewhere. There is an L. There is not a U. Let's see. Not an N. Oh, Mr. Cola Roaster, my dude. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is in the UK, right? I think. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's in. No, this is that Heidi part, so not even.
Oh my gosh.
We have.
I wouldn't
It
have
is
gotten that.
limit. Yep, limit. That one. Yep. Good job. All right, we have our next coaster. Mr. Color Roaster is like the goat of coaster hangman. He is like the actual goat.
Oh boy.
Unbelievable.
Everyone
Alrighty.
is laughing.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there an A? Somehow no. We're finding all the coasters that do not have an A in their name some way somehow. No V. No O. No B. No T. If we were playing real Hangman, we almost would have the guy dead by now. C. No C. No L. But we do have an E. Only one, but we do have we at least have one. There is not an S. Yeah, we for sure would have killed him. No W. There is an N. Just one. So
What is Mr. Cola Roaster?
why? Let's see. Hopefully there's no R. Yeah. Oh my god. Poor dude. Poor dude.
F in the chat. Wait, is there? Let's put F.
Unfortunately, no. We're gonna guess every letter in the alphabet except for the one except for the ones they actually are. 8. No, no 8. No you. It's not legend.
Oh, good guess.
That would work. That's crazy. Yeah, it would work, but not quite. No. Oh.
What vowels are there?
There's no numbers here, so you don't have to guess. We are like going on a tear. There is no D. We didn't get there yet, apparently. There is an I though. Yes, so
Finally. What?
we already have N, so it's on there. Oh my god, Mr. Colorster, stop.
My gosh.
I mean, to be fair, almost everyone did get it like around the same time, but yes, Gemini is the correct answer. A lot of people got it around the same
Nice.
time, so wow. Yep. And oh, look at all those letters. All right, we're down to our last one. This one's actually going to be pretty tricky, even though it's only one word. Oh man, I guarantee this one's going to be tricky. So, alrighty. The guy is dead, but we guess that it's Gemini. That's, yeah. Yep, exactly.
Oh,
Dang
wow,
it, now
that's a good
now
guess.
my
That's what I
StreamYard
thought.
chat died. Alright, so let's see. Is there an A? Yes. 2 in fact. Let's see. No X. It's not Wildcat. Is there an S? There is not. Oh wait. No, there's not an S. Is there an E? No. Let's see. Is there an I? No. Is there a D? No. Is there an O? Yes, there is. We have made another face. Nice. Let's see. What other ones have come in? No, it's not no U in this one. No P. There is a C. So
Ooh.
it's no E. We already did that. There's not a V. Is there no L? No N. All right. Yeah, Jace, you got it first. It is
Yeah.
the one and only Carajo.
Nacho Nacho.
Yeah, exactly. Quickly followed by Quacken's Coaster channel. Yes, it is Carajo. Which that is, wow. That was. I mean, I guess we got it done a little quicker than I expected, but still, that one was pretty tough. But yes, that is Coaster Hangman. So, let me know in chat if you guys enjoyed that. If you'd like to see it return, I'll probably stick to names that are like 2 to 3 words max, because I think anything beyond that and it just is too much. Or I'll find a different way around it. There's other ways. Yeah, there you go. So that is Coaster Hangman. And next we're going to go into our countdown, which is going to be our top 10 coaster YouTube channels. Now, I debated doing this list because this is a stream. This is a series all about having content creators and things. But I figured, why not? I mean, I'm not going to include myself on here. We actually agreed we're not going to include each other. Like me and Jason, we're not including each other on our list. And I just figured it would be good to have. I'll just say for my list that for my list, I'm not going to include like primarily footage and POV channels because I think they deserve their own list. And these are not like the 10 channels that I would say I watch the most or are my favorite like right now, because I do have a defunct channel on here, and there's some other channels that I don't necessarily think that their content nowadays is as good as maybe what they used to do, but I really liked what they used to do. So it's kind of like there's that sort of stuff in there. But yeah, that's going to be that. And also would like to say that there are more than 10 good coaster YouTube channels. So if you do not make the list, or you have a channel that doesn't make the list, that is not a knock on them. I have literally probably watched over hundreds of channels. I have been a coaster enthusiast since 2013. YouTube's a big reason why I became a coaster enthusiast. So if you're in the top 10, that is saying a lot. So just wanted to get that out of the way. And do you have any honorable mentions before we get into this for you, Jace? Or do you want to clarify anything for your list?
I'll just clarify that, let's see, probably some, I definitely think I need to look at some new coaster channels. So, like if a channel has like grown like a lot recently, it might not be on the list. But then again, my top coaster YouTubers list is always changing. So if you're not on the list, that doesn't mean that, again, you still probably create great content. Let's see. And for one honorable mention, I would like to mention Canada Coaster Fan. He stopped making content now, but in his prime, he made some great content, great analyses, great reviews, really good stuff. So I guess that's my notes.
Yeah, I can 100% agree with that. Canada Coaster Fan, amazing channel. And then for me, I wanted to shout out a few channels. Sean Flaherty, I did not put him on here, but if I had to give a channel like a most valuable coaster channel award, he'd be up there. Just the footage of like all the media days and of these defunct coasters that are in pretty high quality, all things considered. And just the amount of footage and everything he has. Certainly one of the most valuable channels out there. I kind of fit him under the footage. I know he has a lot of vlogs, but I couldn't quite put him on here, but I had to give him a shout out. Also, great previous guest and a great guy. And then Coaster Kids, I didn't put the channel on here, but I respect the cause, so I figured I'd give him a shout out. And all they did for the coaster community back in, I guess, their like prime and even now. So just wanted to give a shout out there before we went into the list. So that's going to be that. Do you want to start off the list, Jace, or would you like me to start it?
You can start it off.
Alrighty. So my number 10, I'll just say this one was by far the hardest to decide. And I also did, and I will go into this, but my number 10 is going to be a tie, which is controversial, but I'll explain why. It is Theme Park Hunting and Theme Park Horizons. Big reason I put them on here was On the Hunt, which, yes, it isn't coaster, like it's not, yes, it is coaster related, but it's not necessarily YouTube related, but it is part of the brand. I did incorporate that with this and another placement. But basically, On the Hunt, it's one of my favorite coaster podcasts, so that did bring them in here to the top 10. And their channels, I like their content as well, especially when they do like their more unique stuff. I like Theme Park Hunting's Story Behind series, and then I also like when Theme Park Horizons does his Undercover Coasters, and his Universal 10-year plan is a really awesome video. So if you haven't checked that out, it took a lot of time to go to make it. That was really incredible. So I like it when they focus more on like their unique videos. The only things I would say for the channels is I wish Theme Park Horizons would upload a little more consistently, but I know he's trying to get that down. And Theme Park Hunting, when he focuses on his more unique content, it's some of his best stuff too. So those are some things I'd like to say, but they slot in at number 10 for me. But like I said, it was very hard to decide. I literally went back and forth with like 5 or 6 channels. So yeah. Jace, who's your number 10?
Okay. So my number 10 is Coaster Dash. Coaster Dash has definitely improved a lot in recent times. I like his vlogs, but I especially like his his countdowns. I think his
Yes.
countdowns have definitely improved in recent times, and I definitely enjoy them. Good topics too. Overall, I like what he's doing in recent times.
Absolutely. When I was talking about channels that I was like fighting back and forth with the top 10, like that 10 spot specifically, I heavily considered Coaster Dash. Great channel. And obviously previous guest, so love that you put him on here. And then I'll go into my number 9, which is actually going to be OK Coasters. So he has some of the best editing of any coaster channel out there, period. Really, probably the best editing, I would say, honestly. And that really is something that I can appreciate, because I know that's something that's really difficult. Just a lot of time goes into the editing process. So especially with like that Florida countdown he released, that was when I think it was really on full display, his editing. So I really like that. And then he also had a really nice Cedar Point documentary. I don't know if it's that well viewed compared to his other videos, but if you haven't seen it, check it out. He's got a lot of great content. I like that he's also done a helpful tip series. So that's pretty cool to see. And yeah, OK Coasters had to be in my top 10 somewhere. I know for some people he would be a little higher, but even still, for me, still one of my favorite channels. So yeah, OK Coasters, amazing content.
Okay, so my number 9 is actually Theme Park Media. Theme Park
Nice.
Media has released like a lot of great content, and very good theories and analyses too. And I really like the production quality of Theme Park Media, and overall, pretty entertaining. Great channel.
For sure. Yeah, my biggest thing with them is like I just wish the uploads were a little more consistent. But no, I can certainly agree. The production value is very high, and their videos are always interesting. So Zach, and obviously another previous guest. So that's awesome. My number 8 channel is actually going to be Expedition Theme Park, which might surprise some people because I don't believe I mentioned him much on here. But basically, the production quality of his videos and how well presented and informed he is when he's talking about past rides and ride models. Like I really liked his videos. More recently, the ones I liked were the Ring Racer video he made, and he also did one on the Topple Tower. He's got a ton of amazing videos. If you haven't checked him out, his channel is like literally a treasure trove. So amazing content. The only thing is, like, just for me personally, sometimes it takes a while before he uploads something that I'm necessarily interested in. But that's more of a me preference. His content is fantastic. So Expedition Theme Park comes in at number 8.
Okay, so my number 8 is actually Destination Thrills. I think he makes some great countdowns and like lots of list videos, but I really like the production quality of his videos, and also yeah, great topics overall, and pretty consistent videos.
Yeah, for sure. And I see that I believe he's going to be putting out a Pennsylvania coaster tournament. I saw on his story he's doing a thing for that. So that should be fun to check out once that gets out on YouTube. So certainly a great channel to check out if you haven't already. My number 7 channel is going to be CoasterBot. My favorite UK coaster channel, I would say. And in recent months, he's done the Dispatch series, which I think it's good. It's not something that I enjoy a lot, but it's good to have other places where you can have news. But the reason he's on here is for his Basically what is an explained series. When he first came out with those, or when I first saw those, I like got hooked into his channel. I really like ate up that series basically. Just really good videos, really well made videos. And I like that he's done the vote coasters thing. It's cool to have a better interpretation of what like a real top 100 in the world is like from coaster enthusiasts compared to like the American centric, I would just say, Golden Ticket Awards. So kind of throwing shade at the other thing, but really great channel. I just wish he would kind of go back to the What Is an Explained series. I know he did a ton of videos on a ton of different parks, so it'd be kind of difficult to do more of those, but great channel, and I really respect what he has created so far.
All right, so surprise, surprise, my number 7 is actually also CoasterBot.
Nice,
So,
let's go.
yeah, when you mentioned CoasterBot, I'm like, oh wow, what a coincidence. So yeah, basically, I would repeat a lot of what Carrick said about CoasterBot. I really like his What Is and Explain series, and I wish that he could do more of those. And I really like, he has like some of the most consistent, but also like high production quality.
Agreed.
So, yeah, that's why I like CoasterBot.
Yeah. Also should have mentioned, CoasterBot is definitely one of the channels that really got me into like creating my own channel too. So huge respect there, but amazing channel. So had to put him on here. My number
Really good vlogs.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. I haven't actually watched too many of those, but from what I've heard, yeah, he's got that going, so that's cool. But my number 6 channel is Theme Park Crazy. Peter, obviously previous guest of the channel. But you laughed. Oh no, did we have a duplicate? We'll see. We'll see. It's okay. It's fine if we did. But his channel, another one that I think has high production quality, and his countdowns has some pretty good humor. You always kind of learn something from them, so that's always like really nice. And when he focuses on, he also has some really good videos that like cover a single attraction. I know he's done a few of those. I actually kind of wish he would do more of those, but his coaster countdowns are great. Whether it's something like on like kind of the craziest coasters or flat rides or anything of that sort. He's got some great countdowns and a lot of creativity. So Theme Park Crazy comes in at number 6 for me.
So my number 6 is also Theme Park Crazy again.
Yep.
Yeah, I would echo a lot of the stuff Carrick said. I also think his topics are pretty interesting. He's definitely very creative with his video topics. And yeah, you can never go wrong with the B&M Hyper, and I also like his food jokes.
Yeah, I mean that saying is literally a legendary saying in the coaster community, and his food jokes are also legendary. So, yes, would have to agree with that 100%. Signature of it. Yeah, like his trademark. My number 5. This one was really hard to figure out where to place. Coaster Studios is my number 5. All right, so I respect a lot. Like, he was a coaster YouTubing pioneer, basically. I've been around like in the community since 2013, and I've been watching his channel since then. Literally been watching his channel before he was called Coaster Studios. Coaster Guy 14, was that what it was? I've really, and you can tell that his production quality, camera work, and footage, everything has improved so much since then. But if I were to be completely honest, I probably don't watch like 70 to 80% of his content nowadays. So that's one thing. He still has great, pretty good reviews and speculation videos and things of that sort. I'm always interested to hear what he has to say and with his countdowns and reviews. But I think some channels nowadays have kind of perfected those kind of videos a little better. but where Coaster Studios I think is king is the documentaries. This is how we roll. For those of you who have seen it, it's absolutely phenomenal. Or haven't seen it, I guess. Yeah, it's phenomenal. And even his documentaries before. Shoot, I can't remember what the Kentucky Kingdom one was. Yeah, I know he did the King's Dominion and Kentucky Kingdom one, but I forget the names of the documentaries. But those documentaries are also incredible. So I have to tip my hat off to him for creating those. Those are literally some of the best things I've seen made by really any coaster content creator. I would say This Is How We Roll is like probably my favorite thing I've ever seen coaster content creator wise. So that's a huge accomplishment. And his channel still, I enjoy watching it. So yeah, Coaster Studios comes in at number 5. Your number 5?
Okay, so let me preface this by saying that we did not look at each other's lists.
Yes, we did not at all. Like, so
Yeah.
any of this is like wild.
It's just coincidence. But my number 5 is also Coaster Studios. Okay.
Wow.
So let's see. What can I add?
Parodies. I missed that totally.
Yes, I was gonna say, Coaster Studios would rank higher for me if he brought back parodies. I understand because of COVID that he can't exactly do parodies at the moment, but those are like some of the best videos ever. Like some days I just like decide, oh, I'm gonna binge watch coaster parodies, and I binge them. So yeah, those were like definitely some of his best videos, and I wish that they will come back someday.
I think we'll see him come back. I think that's something that's coming. I hope so. They were always fun to watch. Also forgot to say, but his consistency is like top of the top. He almost uploads videos every day. So yeah, gotta respect that too. My number 4, we're probably gonna have duplicates across the board. Well, hopefully we won't. I know my number 1's gonna be different than yours. I know that much, but my number 4 is Canopy Coaster. Okay, good. Great. Okay, so for me, I have said multiple times, best coaster reviews on YouTube. The amount of detail he goes into is incredible, and just how he remembers all the sensations of all the elements on all these coasters is like just incredible. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else who has this level of just memory, I guess, when it comes to like writing coasters. But he also has some amazing channels, not amazing channel, amazing countdowns. Really cool to hear like his thoughts on the rides at parks, and you get to hear about, because he does like top 15 rides at like places like Kennywood or some of like the smaller European parks. You get to hear about like some flat rides and stuff you wouldn't hear otherwise, which I think is like really cool. And he's just very well experienced, so it's great to hear about some rides and parks that we don't hear as much about. That we get to hear about it from someone just because he's more experienced. So Canopy Coaster, number 4, obviously a previous guest to the stream. Incredible channel. Also great footage. So should say that.
Okay.
So, sorry, no, I had to say that. Yeah.
No, it's all right. It's all right. So my number 4 is actually El Toro Ryan.
Ooh.
He has very good problematic coaster videos, which go like really into the technology and behind the scenes part of operating a roller coaster. And also when he does them, Coaster Idiots are some of the most entertaining coaster videos I've ever seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
So big plus there. I wish I could watch his videos more, but they're kind of long, and I have like pretty small breaks in my days, unfortunately. But even though they're long, they're still packed with content. So yeah, that's why El Toro Ryan ranks that high.
Yeah, one of my favorite channels. I'll piggyback off what you said, because El Toro Ryan is my number 3.
Hey.
Yeah, problematic coasters. Honestly, my favorite probably coaster series of any series of like kind of like coaster series on YouTube. Just incredible videos. Another channel that has amazing footage and production quality. And I actually really like his El Toro and like Dragster speculation videos when that accident happened. Those videos, I feel like they're pretty underrated because I think he gives a lot of insight on like the things that could have happened and what potentially to expect because he's a ride op. So it's really cool that he carries like his I guess ride op experience and he implements it into the videos, as you can see with problematic coasters and those speculation videos. So yeah, and you said the Coaster Idiot vlogs, super entertaining. So I don't those ones I don't necessarily watch super often, just because I'm not like a vlog person. But if I'm gonna watch any vlog, it's those. So totally agree with you there.
Just make sure to like, comment, subscribe. So can I move on to my number 3?
Yes.
Okay, so my number 3 is actually Coast Tunes.
Ooh.
So he makes some very entertaining content. He most entertaining like countdowns, reviews, and analyses I've ever seen. Very good at his craft, especially with all those cartoons and animations. Overall, very entertaining channel, and I definitely enjoy his content a lot.
Yeah, the way he presents everything is really unique. Like it's just so different because like a lot of us are like trying to be pretty professional and everything, and Costunes, he's just Costunes, which is perfect. I think that makes him stand out as much and probably even more than necessarily his animations, which I think is really what brings people in because they're like, oh, someone who has animations, that's unique. But you stay there for like the entertaining commentary and things of that sort. So he just missed my list too. Gonna say that. I'm just, it's pretty new channel still, so I'm kind of, we'll see, but I certainly think, yeah, a really good channel, and like I said, and another former guest too, so yeah. So like that you included him. My number 2 is Airtime Thrills. We'll see if we have the same, maybe not, we'll see. But Airtime Thrills, pretty much like the master, I'd say, of coaster countdowns, and the variety he has is incredible. Specifically, my favorite videos of his that he's done, I love the Magic Mountain documentary. I know it didn't do super well, but like amazingly done, and you could tell that he put in so much research into that. Really great documentary series if you haven't checked it out already. The events that change the industry videos are like actually super interesting because there's some things that I've heard of, but I don't really know that much about, like events wise. And it's like super cool to hear them like kind of get explained. So I really like that. That's like something that I really appreciate he does. And then like just hearing his rankings, his experiences at parks, things of that sort. Really good at talking about those. And even though he is a countdown channel, the amount of variety that he has with the countdowns is really what makes him stand out. And he's very consistent. So gotta give hats off to Airtime Thrills. Also has some great non-copyright footage. So really appreciate that.
Great choice. So my number 2 is a channel we already mentioned, and I guess Carrick unintentionally teased this ranking. But my number 2 is actually OK Coasters.
Nice.
So let's see, where can I start? His Florida Coasters video, wow, that was incredible. Overall, his production quality is like top notch. Probably on par with Coaster Studios. Really good videos. I definitely like the amount of effort he puts into his videos. He doesn't upload a lot, but when he uploads, you'll know you're gonna expect great content. So yeah, that's why I like OK Coasters.
Yeah, an incredible, as you said, incredible channel, and the amount of work that he puts into it, you can really see the amount of work he puts into it when his videos come out, and it makes sense why he can't upload like super consistently when you watch his videos. It makes a lot of sense just because it like takes so long to make. So I appreciate that. I know that you guys have been requesting for him to come on, trying to get that to work. It's just been a timing issue, basically. I think I can basically say that now because he was in the chat for one of the last streams, so I'll say that now. So something to potentially look forward to. But my number one, you hinted at it earlier. And yes, this is a defunct channel, but I had to put him at number one. And that is Canada Coaster Fan. This guy basically inspired me the most to make my channel. And he also inspired me the most to like look into obscure coasters and really care more about like international coasters. His analysis, and he kind of like Canopy Coaster, his memory of like his ride experiences was also like insanely incredible. So I really like that. His production quality wasn't necessarily that great, but honestly, I think that kind of made him more likable because, I mean, he more did PowerPoints, right? So, you know, not necessarily like super heavy editing, but it was just kind of like, this is a guy who really likes coasters, and you could feel that. You could feel his passion for coasters and parks, and really he was the one who got me into thinking I could create my own channel. So a little bit of like personal stuff there, but incredible. His reviews and analysis were great, and we got some great that's how I learned about some of the meme coasters and the meme rides, like the PAX rides as a whole. I didn't know about that at all before I watched him. Max's Doggy Dog Coaster, of course, Jungle Storm, Rainier Rush. Didn't know about any of those rides before him, so incredible channel. And it's not necessarily too bad that he doesn't upload anymore. I understand that, but it's just too bad his channel got taken down is really the one thing I'll say. Although I will say I don't have like any like quarrel or any bad feelings toward Coaster Force, because that's a channel made up of like a lot of people, and only one person basically decided to take down his channel. So I'm not like, I don't dislike Coaster Force. Should mention that. But yeah.
Yeah, apparently Canada Coaster Fan also inspired Airtime Thrills.
Exactly.
Which segue into my number one is actually Airtime Thrills.
Nice.
I just thought of that right off the fly. So Airtime Thrills is my number one because first of all, his content is very entertaining. It's also very consistent. He uploads like kind of often, and he still maintains that level of quality and entertainment. His content is just really good. And sometimes really funny too, depending on the video. Like his vlogs are pretty entertaining. But yeah, overall, like, of course, his Magic Mountain documentary, I watched all 5 parts and they were all very good. And overall, his countdowns are still really good too. So yeah, good job, Chris. You made my number one spot.
Oh shoot, it didn't come up. That's weird. My bad. I don't know why it didn't do that. The thing didn't come up, but yes. I mean, I guess technically outside of defunct channels, Chris Airtime Thrills is also my number one. So that's a huge accomplishment. So congratulations if you are watching this at any point. So keep up the great content is all I got to say for you, and for really anyone who made the list that's still around basically. So keep it up. Y'all are doing an amazing job. If you didn't make the list, or you have a channel that you like that didn't make the list, they're probably still awesome. It's pretty hard to make this list.
It was very hard for me.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, like you saw, I like Coaster Dash. I mentioned Coast Tunes, Destination Thrills. Like I considered those for my number 10.
I considered Canopy Coaster, Theme Park Horizons, Theme Park Hunting. What were the other ones? I think that's
there's a lot. There was a lot. It like I had like a whole list, so it was hard to make, but it was kind of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I saw Christian just uploaded, I think literally, I don't know if it was before my stream or before the stream or during, but I just saw that now. Yeah, I'll have to check out his video. That was actually pretty hilarious. That I mentioned he doesn't upload consistently, and he uploaded. Yeah, so there we go. And that'll lead us into our next segment, which will be the last segment, I believe, before final Q&A, which will be a second round of Guess the Coaster. So, yep, here we go. It'll basically be the same as last time, another 3 rounds, basically. So, actually, Jace, you can start off with this. We'll flip it around, if that's all right with you.
Okay, let me get my coaster.
And this is
No,
taking
not
a
this
while.
one. Yeah, it's
Nope.
taking a while.
I got Medusa Steel. I'm not doing it. I already have 1 Six Flags Mexico coaster today. All right, I'll go with this one. Maybe wait. I got it. So maybe I'll just go first.
Yeah,
Or-
because I'm still looking for mine.
All right, I have my coaster. So ask away in the chat. Is it in North America? Yes, it is. Everyone has North America. Awesome. Is it wooden? No. So it is a steel coaster in North America. Let's see. It is in the US and it was built after 2000. So steel coaster in the US built after 2000. That doesn't really narrow it down much, but hey, at least you're trying. At least it's getting there a little bit. Let's see. Does it have inversions? No, it does not. It is not on the West Coast either. So steel coaster in the US, built after 2000, but it's not on the West Coast. It's not a B&M. It is not a hyper of any sort. It is, yes, it is on the East Coast. So it is not a B&M, but it is an Intamin. So we have Intamin on the East Coast that does not have inversions, and it was built after 2000. Not an Aero, not a Mach. It is, as far as I understand, it's not over 100 feet, so I'm going to say it's not over 100 feet tall. It's not over 200 feet. But once again, Intamin coaster on the East Coast. So let's see what comes in here. It is, yes, it's in Florida, so Intamin coaster in Florida. Has no inversions. It's not dragster. It's not Skull Mountain. It could be considered a family coaster. You could say that. It is not. It's not Hagrid's. It's not Velocicoaster. It's not Cheetah Hunt. It is not Icebreaker. That's a premiere. Thomas the Train got it right. It is Gringotts. Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Yep. It was going to be a pretty tough one to get just because it's not necessarily like a... You don't necessarily think of it as a Intamin coaster. I mean, it is, but you know, it's more known for a dark ride, so as a dark ride. So yeah. Do you have yours, Jace?
Yes, I do. You can go ahead with your guests now. Guesses. Guess. Okay.
I literally got 3 coasters in a row called roller coaster. Awesome.
Wow. Very original.
Yep.
It is not in France. It is indeed on Earth. And it is not a wooden coaster, but it is not hang time either. Is it a steel coaster? Yes, it is a steel coaster. So far, we got a steel coaster on Earth.
Gotta roll out those moon and Martian coasters.
Of course. And then some coasters in the galaxy far, far away. Does it have inversions? Yes, it has inversions, and it is not in Europe, and yes, it is a steel coaster. Built before or after 2010? It is built before 2010. Is it in the US? Let me check. No, it is not in the US.
Interesting. What would kind
And
of
it
be
is
in
not a
this?
B&M either. So far, we got a steel coaster with inversions built before 2010 on Earth. Yes, it is in Canada.
Ooh.
So we got Canadian steel coaster with inversions built before 2010. It is not a Vekoma, and it is not Mindbender either. Yes, it is an Arrow.
Oh, I know what it is. Yep. Someone
Oh
can
no.
beat me there. I know what it is,
Oh
but
no.
I know what it is.
It is not Dragonfire,
I'll just put it in
and
chat.
it is not Vortex either. Yeah, Carrot God, it is Dragon Mountain at Marineland.
Dang. Yep. I was like, that would make sense why you'd have to check because it's like right there at Niagara Falls, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Very close to
yeah.
America.
Yep. Already. I have my coaster. Ask away.
Let me get mine first, then I'll join in.
Wrong arrow looper beginning with dragon in Canada. Stamford Bridge in the chat. How you doing? Just arrived. We're doing a guess the coaster right now.
Welcome.
It is in Asia. Wow, right off the bat. So we have an Asian coaster. Yes, it was built in this universe, I think. It is not wooden. It's
Universe.
Yep. It's not. It's not in Europe. So we have Asian coaster. It is not Ultimate. It's not North America. It's not China. It's not in Japan. It is an Intamin. So we have an Asian Intamin coaster. It's not in Vietnam either. So far we have Asian Intamin coaster that is steel. It's not Gravity Max.
Express.
Yeah, it can't be T Express. It's not Disney Love and Whirling Passion. Ooh boy, if it was, that would be pretty rough. Both figuratively and literally, I guess. Soren with Dragon, nope. Thunder Dolphin, nope. So far we have Asian coaster. We did not establish the country because I said it was not in Japan, right? And not in China, and yeah. So we haven't. It does have a launch, and it is in the UAE. It's gonna be a race. It's not in Saudi Arabia. Alrighty, let's see. Mr. Cola Roaster got it. Well, and Jace. And now everyone I see now getting it. It is Formula Rossa. I guess it could have been Turbo Track. I didn't even think of that. I'm like, yeah, it could have been Turbo Track, as crazy as that is.
I was expecting you to hit us with the bombshell of, actually, it's not Formula Rossa.
YOLO works. Oh, God.
Just in case.
YOLO works. Oh, what a night. What a ride. Oh,
boy.
Alrighty, so... What you're next, and then I think we have two more. Yeah, after
I have
that.
my coaster.
Alrighty, cool.
Go ahead with your guesses, and yeah.
Oh, Stamford Bridge. If it makes you feel any better, I know you're going to UA in April. John Wick open contract, and the Mauer spinner just opened at Motion Gate for whatever that's worth. So that's cool.
Let's see. So it is not in Europe. So it wouldn't be Rampage. Is there more than one word in the title? Yes, there is more than one word.
Ooh. Is it
Is
in
it
the
Milky Way galaxy? I'm pretty sure it is. Was it ever built? Yes, I'm pretty sure it was built sometime.
Well, if it were upcoming, then technically it wouldn't, but...
Is it North America? No, it is not North America. So far... Oh, have I ridden it? No. I guess it's kind of a given. Is it a Lil Phantom clone? No, unfortunately. Yes, it is in Asia. And unfortunately, we only accept yes or no questions. So far we got an Asian coaster that exists in this universe.
Wow.
That is not a little fan club.
Have we even we haven't even established if it's wood or steel yet, so I'll ask that.
It is not in Japan. It is not an Intamin, but yes, it does have inversions, and it is steel. Do you dare pick one from China? No, not
God.
in China. It is not wooden, and it is not hair razor, and it is not falcon. I don't think we established a country yet.
I don't think so, and that's leading me to a few guesses.
Oh my gosh, you got it, Carrick.
Let's go.
It is Wrath of Zeus at Vin Wonders in Vietnam. Oh my gosh. How did you get that?
I mean, I was like, looping coaster in Asia. Would we really get another UAE coaster? Probably not. So had that limited options quite a bit. So, yep, Wrath of Zeus. All right, so this next one will be our last two, I think. Yes. So, I have my coaster. So start guessing. You can start guessing now.
Okie dokie.
This one, I don't believe will be as difficult as the last one, but we'll see. It is not a steel coaster. It is in North America. So, wooden coaster in North America. Do multiple coasters share its name? Yes. Yep. So, wooden coaster in North America. It is not in the US. So wooden coaster in North America that shares its name, but it is not in the US. It's not Cyclone, it's not Ice Mountain Bobsleds, it's not Big Dipper, it's not Comet, it's not in Cuba, it's not Phoenix, it's not Prowler, it's not Joker, it's not Leviathan, it's not Batman the Ride. I said wooden, right? Alright, oh man. That was tight. A lot of people got it at the same time. Civilian Satellite, Stamford Bridge, Thomas the Train, and Mr. Cold Roaster got it like almost simultaneously, at least on my screen. It is Coaster at Peony Playland. So, yep. There you go. So, all comes down to you, Jace. You got the last one.
Okay, I do have my last coaster. I'd say this one's a little more difficult. But it's pretty well known.
Alrighty.
We'll see. Okay, I don't know where it starts. Okay, but I will say, yes, it is a steel coaster. It is not Gravity Max. Nice try.
I'm not going to use any clues. I'm only going to guess coasters now.
Oh boy. It is not in Europe. And it is not Steve either.
That'd
so
be
far,
easy.
we got a steel coaster that is not Gravity Max. It is not Pyrenees, and it is not North Korea.
Oh my god. It was. Oh man.
That would be funny.
Oh boy. Would have been that like Volair, I guess.
Is there a drop track? No, it is not, or it does not have a drop track. Is it on the crust of the earth? Yes, it is. Yes, it is in China.
Oh no. And wait, it's steel, right?
It is a steel coaster.
Oh god. Now it's like, oh no, this is exactly what no one wanted. I'll let someone else take this. I'll just give
so
them a
it is not
freebie.
Skyrush, and it is not Air Grover.
I'll do 3 random guesses right now, and if I don't get it, I'll give up.
Was it built by North Korea? No. It is not an Intamin, and it is not a Top Gun. It is not a random Jungle Mouse, and it is not... Carrick, you got it again.
No way! What? No way. You've got to be kidding me.
You got it. It is Starry Sky Ripper.
What the... We didn't even establish manufacturer or anything, did we?
No, we
I don't.
didn't.
Oh
Oh my
God.
god.
We're gonna do. We're doing one more round. I feel bad for that.
You are the Mr. Kohler Roaster of Guess the Coaster.
Oh my God. I actually feel like so bad. Okay, I got my coaster. This is gonna be a good one. All right. We'll do. You okay with doing another round after this?
Yeah, I'll do another round.
Yeah, that I feel so bad because I've actually gotten a few. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it is not in North Korea and it is not Racer. It is not Boardwalk Bullet.
My friend actually rode that coaster.
Oh, sick. That's actually sick. That's the hardest to
He
get
said it
to.
was brutal, but I guess it was before the renovation.
Retrack. Yeah.
Yeah, the retrack.
It is in North America, but it is not in Alaska. It's not Starry Sky Ripper. If only.
That was last round.
Yeah. I have insane powers. Is it wooden? No. So far we have North American coaster. I think that's literally all we have.
Okay, I'll go from there. Actually, maybe I should.
It is in the US, so yes. It is not Excalibur. So far we have US coaster. It's in Antarctica. Maybe one day. I'm joking. Don't actually take that answer seriously. Maybe one day it would be in Antarctica. East Coast, no. So far we have US coaster, US coaster. It does invert, so it is a US coaster that has inversions. That I will say it's on the West Coast. I'll just give that away since East Coast was taken, and it is a steel coaster. So steel coaster with inversions on the West Coast. It is in California. It's not Vortex. It's not Medusa. It's not in the Midwest. It does not have a launch. It's not Scream. It's not a hybrid, and it's not Railblazer. So
I have some idea, but I'm not gonna guess for this round.
all right. It is not Demon. It's not Twisted Colossus. It's not Scream. It's not Viper. It's not RMC. It's not Tatsu. It's not Riddler's Revenge. It's not Flight Deck. It's not Patriot. It's not X2. It's not Batman at Magic Mountain. Ooh boy.
CGA and Six Flags Magic Mountain aren't the only parks in California.
Yeah. So let's see. Not Scream. It is not Hang Time.
Oh, that was my guess.
It's not Silver Bullet. It's
That was my
not Full
first guess.
Throttle.
That was my second guess.
It's not It's not West Coast Racers. It's not Silver
Okay, I
Bullet.
have a
It's not
third
Montezuma's Revenge. It's not Joker. It's not Electric Eel. We're
That
going
was my
down.
third guess.
It's not Flash Vertical Velocity, but it is at a chain park, so you do have that. It's not Riddler's Revenge. It's not Railblazer. But we have it's at a chain park in California, and it has inversions. It's not Kong.
No, if it actually is what I think it is.
Let's see. It's not Gold Striker. It is at a Cedar Fair park, though.
Okay, good. It's not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking it was?
Title Twister.
Oof. Yeah. Flash. Oh, like Vertical Velocity. No, it's not Incredicoaster.
Oh.
Although I'm surprised it took that long for someone to get that. Think of it. Not Silver Bullet, not Patriot, not Demon, not Patriot. So we've established Cedar Fair Park in California. It's not Flight Deck.
Never mind.
Um,
It can't be a Gilroy Gardens then.
yeah, it can't be. It's not. Don't worry. I think the chat they're appearing a bit stumped here. Does Quicksilver Express invert? Not quite. It is in SoCal. So basically that means it is at Knott's. Or it has to be at Knott's, so. Start thinking. Is it a Larson loop? No.
Coasters.
It's not Montezuma's Revenge. It's not Accelerator.
Oh, okay.
It's not in Vertigo. It's not the Knott's Giga. It's not Ghost Rider. It's not Boomerang. Hoo boy.
I have a few ideas.
We are going down the rabbit hole. Mr. Color Roaster, you got it, along with Kraken. It is Windjammer Surf Racers. Let's
First
go.
defunct one. And that's right.
Yep. Corkscrew, it could have been. Could have been. Very well could have been Corkscrew. So yeah. The chicken restaurant. All right, Jace. Now it all comes down to you. I'll only guess 5 coasters. So yeah.
I actually didn't get it yet. Or I didn't get my
that's
coaster
cool.
yet. Let me get. Ooh, okay.
Already,
All right,
so we can
I got
guess?
mine. Yes, you can guess now.
Alright, actually I'll do one hint just because if we don't, it'll throw everyone off. So
It is not defunct.
Okay,
I'll give you all a hint. At least one person here has an advantage over other people in getting this.
oh boy.
It is operating. It is not North Korea, and yes, it is on RCDB. It is not Gold Rusher. Yes, it is in the UK. It is not 13.
I'll only do 2 more random ones because I'll be nice.
It is not Medusa. It is not Incredicoaster. It is not at a Merlin park.
Ooh. Okay, I'm done.
So
I'm not gonna try anymore.
Okay. Let's see. It does have inversions. It is not Nemesis. It is not at Six Flags Fresno, unfortunately. It is not Icon. It is not the big one. It is not a B&M. It is not Smiler. It is not Rita or Wickerman or Icon or Ultimate or Megaphobia. But Mr. Coloroso did get it right eventually. It is Odyssey at Fantasy Island.
Nice. Wow.
I was like, he would probably get it first. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's my last coaster. It is not a Chinese
Alrighty.
one. You're welcome.
Yep. Alrighty. So that's gonna be that, and we're gonna. Well, that's not quite that because we're not quite done yet. We have final Q&A. So any last questions you have, you can do it. You can ask them, and if you weren't here earlier for the news or the channel announcements, I had a few. Basically, I released 2 interviews, one with Tyler Mullins from Skywind Attractions, and the other with Niels, who is the CEO of Farup Summerland. So released those 2 recently, and I just created Football Hour, which will be an NFL-focused channel launching in March. So if you want to check that out, make sure to. Also, Tom Brady retired. So for anyone who cares for that, believe it or not, he is retired. So, yep. But anyways, Q&A time. Oh, and also I guess any things you want to say before we head into the final Q&A?
Not really. Although I see an interesting question.
Have you ever had your hair cut by a non-professional?
I did not.
When I was a little kid, I think so, yeah.
Oh, wait. Actually, never mind. Yes, I did get my hair cut by a non-professional when I was little, too. By my parents.
Yep. Let's see. What was the question you were referring to? Is that the one, or?
That was the question, yeah.
Okay. Why did Tom Brady retire? He's like turning 45 next year. And his family probably wanted him to. I think that's what he said on the podcast. He wants to be there for his kids and everything. So, story behind your username.
So, one day on January 2nd, 2018, my brother just all of a sudden wanted me to start a YouTube channel about roller coasters. So we had like no experience whatsoever. I felt like I did not prepare for having a YouTube channel in the first place. So when it came to the point where we had to find a name for our channel, we just had like no ideas. So we had multiple like interesting names. So we just came up with 808 Coaster Life. I thought of it as a temporary name, but then I found that it was apparently people like it. So I guess I'll keep it around. But basically 808 is the area code for I guess my general area, and then Coaster Life, of course. Which is
Yep.
Hawaii, by the way.
Yep. Good backstory there. I like the name, so keep it. Yeah, so great name to go with for sure. Just because it's pretty unique. So, yeah. Thoughts on In-N-Out? Overrated as frick, but
I've only had
Yeah,
it once, and I thought it was
yeah.
okay.
yeah, it okay. I can't just say that. I'll say the burgers, like as far as fast food goes, are pretty good. But there's better basically. And it's not worth waiting in those hour-long lines, basically.
Oh, for a second, I'll just go back to Stanford Bridges' question about my hair getting done by a non-professional. I also got my hair done by my father in quarantine. I
Oh,
almost forgot. And he gave me a buzz cut. It actually looked pretty good. I believe like my videos start around when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I had my quarantine Corona buzz cut. It was pretty good. Yeah, anyway, moving on.
I guess I guess technically during quarantine, I had my hair kind of like just touched up a bit, just kind of like made less long, if that makes sense. But it really wasn't that much of a haircut. It was just more like it was very minor. But yeah. Um, Other than that, it was when I was a little kid. Would I want to ride the Volair in North Korea? The risk it would take, it's not worth it. Not. And
And it's a
besides the
Volair.
Volair, like, I mean, why? I mean, yes, it's a unique credit, but I don't think so. Yeah. Let's see. Top 2 bucket list coasters in Japan and China. Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Do you have it? Do you have yours?
I think
Right
I
now.
kind of do. So
I have
Japan.
Japan. I'm thinking of China right now.
So Japan, I think my one would have to be Ejinaika, and my 2 is probably Hakuge, even over Dodonpa and Flying Dinosaur. Those are probably my top 2 there. I might be forgetting something, but off the top of my head, those are those. And then in China, oh my god, that one actually is pretty hard. I think okay, yeah, Dinoconda, but we'll exclude it because I had Ejinaika on the other one. So we're gonna say Python and Bamboo Forest and probably Wood Coaster. Probably those 2. Yeah.
Okay. So mine would also be Ajanika and Hakuge. And for China, Wood Coaster, but I'm gonna substitute Python and Bamboo Forest with Soaring with Dragon.
Okay. That's
It looks
fair.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I respect that. Let's see. What's the first country abroad you think you'd like to go for a coaster trip? Does abroad mean overseas or international? Because technically I have done international, but if we're talking overseas, honestly, Japan seems pretty good because the public transportation system there is pretty good. I know there's a bit of a language barrier, but I don't know that it's as bad as some other, specifically Asian countries. So Actually, I've heard it's actually not that bad there, but I think Japan would be pretty solid for a first one.
Yeah, I would say Japan or Germany for my
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
Germany also has a really good coaster collection.
yep. Japan, I just like it because I know a little more about it just from people telling me about it, and I know their transportation system could get me around. So that would be why. Worst park food we've ever had. Um, Discovery Kingdom. I had some burritos there once that were like just bad, and Magic Mountain. The one chopsticks meal I had was pretty terrible as well. So those would definitely be bottom two.
I wouldn't say I had a bad theme park food experience yet. I haven't been to a Six Flags park. Um, but
Yep.
I'd say the Elitch Gardens meal I had, the Mind Eraser cheeseburger, that was okay. It didn't give me a headache, unlike the coast. Well, I didn't ride Mind Eraser when I was there, but I knew it would probably give me a headache. But the burger didn't, and it was okay. Or actually, I wouldn't say it was okay. It was pretty good.
Ah, dang it! I was hoping you were gonna say it was forgettable.
I don't forget it though.
Dang. Let's see. Do you think that Goliath from Six Flags New England would relocate to Frontier City? Probably not, to be honest. I don't really see Six Flags relocating it, unless they wanted to give it to LeRon for some unfortunate reason. Because I don't think they're going to invest into it what they would need to, so I don't think it'd be a good idea. Even though it could theoretically be a good fit if they did invest into it, I just don't believe they will. Your thoughts on that?
It would be a great fit for Frontier City, but I don't know how realistic that would be.
Yeah. I mean, Frontier City could use anything right now,
Yeah.
so and certainly a good Vekoma inverted giant inverted boomerang would certainly work. Favorite Shrek movie? Ooh, do you have a favorite?
Not really. I haven't watched it.
Aw.
I need to rewatch the Shrek movies, but I'd say the first one for now.
I got an order actually. So
Wow.
so 2 and 3 are a little hard, but 1 and 4 are pretty obvious for me. Shrek 2 is my favorite. I would probably still say Shrek 1 is second, and then you have Shrek Forever After, which is the fourth one, would be my third spot. And Shrek the Third is like easily the worst one, at least in my opinion. It's not even close. So the other three are actually, I like them all. The fourth one I just not the fourth. The third one I don't like. So yeah. Do you believe Shrek would ride Little Phantom? I think he would
Oh,
if
definitely.
he didn't break the vehicle. I think he would. He just might be a little too strong for the
Too
vehicle.
heavy.
Yeah,
Maybe break the height requirement.
But I'd like to think he would like to. Let's see what else we have. What will be the first new for 2022 Seas Coaster we will be riding? Like SeaWorld, basically.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, that one's hard because I think for sure Pantheon is not going to be my first. As sad as it is, there's just no way. The real question is, will I get to San Diego, which is like 6 hours from me first? Or will I get to Orlando? Probably it'll be Emperor. It's my guess, but it wouldn't surprise me if I went to Florida. I think Icebreaker would probably be the first over Iron Gwazi. So, yeah. Any idea what your
I'd say
first
for
would
me,
be?
I'd say my first would be also either Emperor or Iron Gwazi, based on
Yeah.
location. We got
Yeah,
okay
for sure.
coasters.
He's in the chat.
Yes.
Oh,
He is.
yay. we did a coaster YouTuber ranking earlier. You were in both our lists, so congratulations. Just wanted to say that. Um, but let's see what other questions we got. I'll get to his actually. Will Pantheon be better than Velocicoaster? I haven't ridden Velocicoaster, but I think it has the potential to be. Just because I think the elements on it are going to be quite a bit stronger, even if it's not quite as long. So I think it has that potential for sure.
Velocicoaster has the more well-rounded ride experience, but I think the layout of Pantheon itself might make it beat Velocicoaster. I think it'll really depend on how good Pantheon runs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm starting to have a little doubt about Pantheon myself, even though I'm excited about it. I'm curious about. I mean, it looked like from the testing it was hauling, but I know the POV it was pretty cold, but that was a little disappointing. But probably a cold test run. So, Grizzly at Great America or Predator at Darien Lake. Honestly, I Predator probably at least does something, so I'll probably take it, even if I get beaten to death by it. So, yeah.
I guess now that you say that, I would probably prefer Predator as well.
Grizzly is like actually it literally doesn't do anything, and it's not even that rough. So it's not even like stupidly enjoyable. It actually doesn't do anything. So let's see what else we have here. Is Cedar Flags a better chain than Six Flags? I would say yes. I'm
pretty sure you said Cedar Flags, but
or Cedar Fair.
Yeah, I'd say Cedar Fair for now is the better chain. But I don't know. Six Flags is having a new strategy, so we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, like I said, Six Flags earlier, I think the transition's going to be pretty rough, but maybe in a few years we'll look back on their change in strategy as a good thing. How has being in Hawaii affected how much of an enthusiast you are?
Ooh, I mean, my coaster count's 37, which I guess is pretty good. But it really I guess it kind of feels like if your local amusement park, like your home park and all of your parks nearby are closed, because basically the nearest theme parks to me, I have to travel by plane, like halfway across an ocean. So it is pretty difficult to get out to coasters. I would have to only be able to ride new coasters on like dedicated like trips to the mainland. But I think more than anything, school and like how busy I've been is affecting my content. So
Yeah.
I feel like that has a bigger effect right now, but I don't know.
Yeah, how busy you are can affect you potentially even more than like where you are geographically. I think the only exception is if you're like, I would say within an hour of a park, then it probably doesn't. But yeah. Let's see. 2022 trip plans.
No idea.
Oof. Well, hopefully you get that. Hopefully you're able to figure out something. If not, I guess
Hopefully I
there's
ride
always
a
next
coaster.
year. Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna probably go to Magic Mountain within the next few weeks. Finally get on West Coast Racers, and I will probably ride Wonder Woman later this year. So Magic Mountain probably a few times. I have a season pass as well. So that also leaves Discovery Kingdom on the table. Not Scary Farm is probably a given. So we have that happening. I haven't been to San Diego in a while. We kind of go there every few years. So if I do, I probably will hit up SeaWorld San Diego. So and potentially Belmont Park if that happens. And I've actually been told there's a chance, like a decent chance I actually do go to Atlanta this year. It's not for something coaster related, but I could certainly work in. Yes, yeah, that's if it happens, that's what we're thinking. The trip wouldn't necessarily be coaster related in terms of why we're going, but I think that could be something that could get fit in, which that would be really nice. But we'll see what happens. So Georgia, I think, would probably be like the biggest thing because I haven't done Six Flags over Georgia or Fun Spot yet. So, and the timing I've been told that it would probably work out for Air Force One too, which is pretty. Which, like I said, if that happens, great. If not, we'll oh well. But we'll see. Favorite SLC? Well,
I could have written Mind Eraser. That could have been my favorite SLC, but I decided to skip out on it because I had a very limited time at Elitch Gardens, and I didn't really want to get a headache, so I decided to skip out. I'm like, oh, I'll probably ride an SLC eventually. They're pretty common and they're not the best ride. So
yeah, the only one I've ridden is Kong. I didn't honestly think it was that bad. It gets trashed on so much. Granted, I rode in like the front row, or close to the front, based off memory. So yeah, I thought it was okay, but nothing great by any means. Do I have an opinion on Storm at the Dubai Hills Mall? Not open yet, but I hear there was leaked footage. The only leaked footage I'm aware of is the, I don't even think it was leaked. There was some video of the inside of it showing the the launched, lift hill, I guess you could call it. It's literally vertical. I don't know too much about the layout. It's one that I need to look at more because the layout, honestly, even though it's like a really interesting coaster from a design standpoint in terms of like it's inside of a building and it has a vertical lift hill launch thing and that whole thing, I don't know if it's actually going to be that incredible of a ride just based off the limited information I know, but who knows? I hopefully we get to see more soon.
I'm very curious to see the. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, you're right. No, you actually. Do you have an opinion on it?
I'm very curious to see the POV, but besides that, I'm not having too high of expectations for that ride.
Oh, did you cut out a bit? Hold up.
Did I?
Like right at the very end, but I think you're good. But you wanted to see a POV of it, so.
Yes.
Okay. And how many credits do each of us have? You can go first, Jace.
I have 37, which I guess is pretty good. I had 20 before.
I have 96, so I'm going to... It's pretty likely I'm going to get my 100th this year, whether that's within the state or outside of it. So, and I think I've answered this, but if my 100th, I would either like it if it were here. I'd like it to be Wonder Woman. Just, it would make sense. And if it were in Georgia, then Air Force One, definitely. Air Force 100th credit. So, that'd be pretty sick. What's a coaster that a lot of people say is bad, but you like it? Oh, Jason, yeah, I know what yours is.
I already have an answer for that.
Yeah.
Twister 2 at Elitch Gardens is honestly, it's so bad, it's fun. It's like kind of funny. Like I remember I was riding it with my friend for like many years. And when we got to the brake run, we were just laughing. So yeah, definitely Twister 2 is underrated.
So for me, I mean, I think Kong's okay. I don't really love it though, so I don't know if I could say I like it, but that's certainly one that gets a really bad rap. Jaguar at Knott's Berry Farm is kind of up there for me. For some reason, I've seen quite a few people like trash on it. They're like, it's kind of rattly. It's just like
it is
not
rattly,
not just you, but like a lot of other people are just like, get rid of this, right? I'm like, why? It's great. Yes, it is a monorail, but it's a good monorail. I like it. So, I just enjoy that ride quite a bit. So I'd have to say Jaguar because some people, they're just too harsh. Let's see. Shoot. Okay, I there's a lot of questions. I'm gonna try to, if there's any specific ones you want me to answer or get to, Jace, let me know. But if not, I think I'm gonna like kind of pick 5 of these and try to end on that. Let's see. Ooh. There's a lot of Shrek questions. I'll ignore them because
I know.
maybe another time perhaps. Um, let's see. What is there? Um, all right, I'll go with this one. Magic Mountain or Kings Island. I haven't been, but I think there's a very realistic chance I prefer Kings Island. I know I don't. I'm
too.
honestly not too excited about their coaster collection, to be honest. Like I mean I am, but I'm not like getting overly hyped for it, like I was with like Cedar Point or Hershey Park, where I'm like, man, these parks, they have some real elite coasters. Kings Island has a lot of like really good coasters, but I don't. There's not any single ride there that I'm like, wow, that's gonna be it for me. Um, but I could legitimately see myself enjoying Kings Island more, not coaster collection wise, but overall because it I've heard it's very well run, and I do take that in. Like that's something I really appreciate. So yeah, you Jace.
I would also prefer Kings Island. You don't visit Kings Island for the coasters alone, I guess. But after visiting Hershey Park, I have a better idea of like what big parks are like, and Six Flags Magic Mountain is big. Um,
Yes.
Kings Island is kind of big too, but I guess it's like medium large for park. Uh, but like the smaller a park is, the more like manageable it is, because that's one thing I really like about Knott's Berry Farm. Everything's compact,
Yep.
which kind of like it does affect the aesthetic. But like if I wanted to go from Accelerator to Ghost Rider, it doesn't take as long. Like it takes about as long to go from one end of Knott's to the other side. It takes about the same time as it does to get from Lightning Racer to Storm Runner.
Yeah. That's kind of true.
Yeah, Hershey Park's
So
big.
yep. Get ready for Magic Mountain.
I know Magic Mountain's even bigger,
And
unless it's a
Hillier.
Six Flags park. So it'll probably be like, yeah, Hillier, and it's California, so it's probably hotter too.
Yeah. So get ready.
And
Is all I have to say.
the parking lot walk too. But
Oh,
of course,
yes.
Six Flags Magic Mountain has the better coaster lineup. But with all those extra things, I think I'm probably gonna prefer Kings Island as a park.
Yeah. Alrighty, so let's see. Probably like three more questions. Go with and like I said, if you have one specifically you want me to get to, then let me know. Um Thoughts on I-305? Looks like it looks incredible. It's one of my top-ish bucket list coasters. I think it's in my top 10, or if not, it's really close. It looks phenomenal. It's really focused on intensity, which I think I might like that actually, because I like rides that feel like crazy and out of control. So I think I-305, it looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, there's not much else that you can say about it, but yeah, that first drop and that first turn is something I really want to experience, especially.
Yeah, F305 definitely looks like an interesting ride. I definitely grayed out on a few coasters, but I never blacked out before. So if I ever do black out on I-305, it'll be interesting to see what that is like. I'm probably not going to like I-305 as much. Maybe depends on if I ride it or not, or I guess we'll see once I ever get to ride it. But just like before I get to ride it, I think it's just not my preference for coasters, basically. But still looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's not everyone's thing, so that's understandable. Six Flags over Georgia or SeaWorld Orlando? Honestly, I kind of thought about that one too. It's kind of tough when you really think about it, because SeaWorld, their quantity, it isn't all that amazing. They have like basically 5 to 6 good coasters if you look at it that way. But or wait, actually no, like more for like 4 or 5, maybe 5 to 6 if they get a surf coaster. But which honestly I don't even know if it would be all that good, but if it's based off that layout. But um, I I don't know. Honestly, if you had to teleport me to one, I think I'd take over Georgia, just barely. But so I guess I'll say over Georgia, but it's pretty hard, honestly.
Yeah, same for me. I'd say over Georgia for like the quantity, but SeaWorld Orlando just looks like a good quality park. And plus it's smaller too. I like smaller parks, I guess. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, so I can see that. And then um let's see. The question is basically Goliath or Mako. Well, not honestly. I honestly think Mako looks better, but
Goliath and Twisted Cyclone or Mako and Manta. I don't know. Mako
man,
or Mako and Icebreaker?
actually, okay, now that I think about it, nah, actually, I take that back. I'd rather go to SeaWorld because I also value like the aquarium exhibits, like just to have it having variety of things to do. So honestly, yeah, I'll take SeaWorld or Orlando. And honestly, now that I think about it, the top five between the two, I would certainly take. Or top four, I guess. I'd take SeaWorld easily. So yeah. And then let's see. And then let's see. Last question. We'll see which one we do. Let's see.
I'm glad people agree with my Twister 2 opinion.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, also Wildcat wasn't as bad as everyone was saying, I thought.
I would disagree. But I wrote in terrible conditions and
I wrote in the front row, so that
yeah,
might
that
have something
too.
to do with it.
Yep. All right, I guess we'll wrap up on this one. Over Georgia or over Texas? Over Georgia. Actually, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
probably
take
over
over
Georgia.
Georgia.
Slightly better coaster lineup.
Better coaster lineup, and they actually have something. I think I'd take over Georgia. So yeah. Oh, and I guess I'll do this one more. Why not? Which coaster have you not ridden, but still believe it's probably overrated? Ooh. Let's see. What's one that it's like I look at it and there's a few out there that I just am like, but for some reason one's not coming to my head right now. Oh, actually, you know what? Fury 325. I'm just gonna say it. It looks great. It looks really fun. Do I really think it's a top 10 coaster in the world? Probably not. I don't even know if I think it's close. Do I even know if it's the best B&M? I'm not even entirely sure of that either. So, yeah, I think Fury 325 is going to be my answer there.
I honestly don't have a specific coaster either. But I'd say like maybe either I-305, although that could definitely change. Or
I feel like that one's kind of polarizing already though, so.
yeah. I guess I could probably go with. I have no idea, honestly. I think if like a coaster is like known as like one of the best, I probably think it's one of the best. It probably looks like one of the best. So.
Yeah, I'm trying like yeah, I don't. I would say Fury 325. That one was kind of obvious. I think I've always kind of had like lower expectations for that one. So, we'll see. Maybe it'll be better than I think. Maybe the Knott's Giga will be like it, and I'll get a taste of it. But I don't know.
I know I'm definitely really gonna like Fury, based on what I like in a coaster. I would definitely like Fury.
I just question. I mean, it's a very different ride from Millennium Force, I have to imagine. But if it's kind of similar, I just don't believe Fury's gonna be for me. So we'll see. Alrighty. So do you not have anything else you want to add, or is that gonna be that?
Yeah, I guess that'll be that. I can't really
Alright.
think of one.
Alrighty, so I guess that'll wrap up the stream basically. So Jace, if you have any last things you want to say, now is your opportunity. So feel free to say whatever
Um,
you wish.
so again, thank you, Carrick, for having me on this stream. It was a lot of fun, of course. I do not know. Things have been pretty busy for me lately, especially with like college applications and stuff. So I'm probably not gonna upload as much in the short run, but we'll see about the long run. But yeah, just like uh watch my old videos, I guess,
Yep.
while I'm cooking
Uh,
up some new ones.
or
Or
the
cooking.
new countdown too. Like,
Oh yeah.
so for anyone who hasn't seen that, check that out. Check out 808 Coaster Life if you haven't already. Have both his YouTube and Instagram link in the description. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Oh wait, and also thank you Jason once again for coming on. It's great to have you on and test out some new things. We tested out the predictions with guests and the Hangman coaster game. So there you go. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time here on Coaster Hour.